recording. Start streaming. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And welcome everybody to the episode of Rocks Full Everyone Dice. I'm here with the crew of the Nostromo. Apparently my dog is a fan.
Right.
This is episode 191. What happened last time, Tony?
Last time we somehow did not all get killed. It was a very rough battle with the Ageless Master. We summoned a blood golem, a bone claw, and a shadowy beast to really fuck our shit up. And while Eragar managed to purify the shadowy thing into a planetar to aid us a little bit, it was tough going. Weren't able to quite get through the magic barriers protecting the Ageless Master within his little bubble of death. And came about this close to just scorching the earth and everybody on it there when he graciously offered to give us the soul of Gulasi in exchange for one of our codexes. So the kid gave up the Codex Terranosis, which possesses the powers of the Phoenix, in exchange for the spirit of Gulasi. And after threatening to kill our grandchildren in the future, he got out of the tower, and we were able to purify the soul of Gulasi and reunite it with its body, and were each granted a divine boon of whatever we asked for. And now we're in a tower completely emptied of any valuables and stuff, upside down on the bottom of a flying island in the sky.
I feel like it was probably more than a threat to kill our descendants. I don't know.
Yeah. That's Zorksan the Third's problem to worry about.
Zorksan Jr., I'll have you know.
From New Kusama.
So, is that it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
We pick up where we left off. Gulasi, wholly formed, stands before you. Her gaze levels upon Cassie's character, Movaes. At this point, Movaes, you realize Gulasi doesn't say words. She feels emotion. You feel the emotion of gratitude and want upon you.
Emotion, you said, of gratitude and want?
Yes.
Okay.
Sit.
A small sliff of avarice kind of feels you like you're desiring something. But what that is, I do not know.
Hi.
At this point, everyone else has asked for something and received something.
Okay.
She currently, you can tell, though her form is here, the form is slowly starting to fade away. As now that she is fully formed, she is going back behind the divine gate. That thing that prevents gods from coming through.
Okay.
That's why they have to use their avatars, their messengers, and the others.
So then this would be, Movaes would then fully form the desire for a deeper connection to the heart of nature.
Okay.
And it would come, if it matters, it would come from a place of that sort of hunger that Movaes typically just generally has for wisdom.
Right. Feel a burning sensation in your right palm. As you look up, your middle of your hand begins to welt, almost as if burned, and it hurts a little bit as it kind of bubbles and pops, almost like it's blistering. But out of that blister, it starts forming, and the blister it forms, swells, and then breaks quickly. And inside your hand, you hold a mercurial acorn. Mercurial only in the sense of when you look at it and you move, it has many colors inside of it.
It's like shimmery.
Yeah, it shimmers.
Okay.
It feels both hot and cold at the same time in your hand.
Okay. I mean, Okay. Is it hurting me? Do I still have a wound underneath it?
No, the wound heals as you touch it, but it's both hot and cold at the same time. It both burns your hand and cools it
Okay.
at the same moment. Your hand feels not numb, but like you're holding on to a 9-volt battery. It's an odd sensation,
Okay.
but it's in your hand.
But can I pick it up, or is it embedded in my hand?
You can pick it up.
Okay.
It just seemed to have grown from your flesh in some way.
Okay. So I assume I plant this. Do I plant this? That's what I was.
It begins to fade and fade and
the
fade.
acorn.
No. Sorry, the form of Gullisy.
So she's what have you given me? What do I do with this? Do I plant it? Like I'm pushing that thought. I'm not sure what I do with it.
And she's gone.
Great.
Got this thing.
Okay.
It's something
Yeah.
in your hand.
Okay.
Want me to identify it?
I guess.
Okay.
I don't have identify.
Okay. And she's gone.
Okay.
You're all there. Obviously. Oh shit. What's her name?
Alanis.
Alanis is there. Alanis is now back to being a full cleric. Right. She has received all the boons back from the blessings of Gullisy. The scene is yours. You guys are in the basement of a black tower that hangs upside down underneath a floating mountain that hopefully is not falling. The scene's yours.
Gravity's normal in here, after all. It's nice of him to keep the gravity working,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
We're just resting.
Yeah.
That or the gravity's pushing us up as we're falling. I'll take that scroll of sending I was given, and I'll cast that.
Better late than never.
Because I'm not gonna burn a spell slot in the sending if they gave me one. I'll have to let what's his name, Aegis,
Okay.
go back to him and tell him we have survived the tower. The ageless master has fled to parts unknown. We believe the tower no longer poses a threat. That's it.
You'll receive back. Excellent. I will let everyone know. I look forward to coming back. Have you secured a way back yet, good sir?
Good question.
We're gonna start digging upward.
I mean, could we... Where we teleported to, was there a circle outside from where we teleported? Could we possibly use that to get back, or...
You guys.
Question is if that shield, the forbiddance or whatever, is down, basically. Because before it used to stop you from teleporting out.
Yeah.
Well, the outside, when we teleported outside the tower, we used like the super double secret circle that they had in the
Shadow
city.
circle thing.
Can we
Yeah.
take that back the other way?
Oh, sure.
That's a good question. It really just comes back to, is that forbiddance still up?
Good question.
There's only one way to find that out. You got to go outside and look.
Well, I still have my the slippers of spider climb on.
Okay.
Cover my Spider-Man socks.
I'm gonna hitch a ride with Movaze.
Okay.
Okay.
I now no longer have wings.
Do you also need a ride then?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
All right.
Oh god, and we have Smooth.
So-
Jesus,
I'm
You
sure
guys-
Smith will just hold you under one arm.
Well,
I say you had the anti-gravity boots anyway, didn't you? From the
Oh no, yeah, I guess we did. I just used the wings. So
I don't have fucking boot
That's a good
slots.
point.
I'll
Yeah.
carry you. That's
You
good.
know, thing.
So you guys start heading upstairs. Okay. You head upstairs to that big common area where the throne is. The doors are open. They were previously closed. You didn't open the doors.
The door's outside?
Yeah.
I thought we blew them off the hinges.
Oh, you did. Never mind. I guess they would have been blown off the hinges. I'm sorry. So I would say
They straightened
Fix
the
the
place
door
up
before
before.
you
Yeah.
left. Take everything out, put the door back on, like you do when you
It's
move
about
out of a
resale
place.
value.
For
damn
cleaning
it.
up everything else, we might as well do all the
I'm getting my damn deposit back.
Floating in the doorway. Floating in the doorway is a very small hooded figure wearing a greenish cloak. The form is slightly see-through as it hangs there.
True sight?
You
Does
can't.
True Sight see anything different?
Does True Sight see anything different? True Sight. You. I'll finish the thing and I'll
Sorry,
tell you what
yes.
True Sight sees. The form itself has a simple green cloak on, a small wooden tongal amulet that hangs around its neck, but it's just a circular. It's a circle with a rusted copper piece embedded into its middle. In the left hand is very small, almost childlike, with just 2 fingers and a thumb. Right. The other 2 fingers look like they have been removed in some way, and probably they're little ruined stumps. So there were at one point fingers there. In the right hand has all 5 fingers, but has, I wouldn't say a full gauntlet, like the rusted remnants of a gauntlet in the hand. There's like obvious pieces there missing. It looks ruined and rusted and horrible looking. Like it's like it looks like it's barely hanging on. The face is completely covered and cowled, and the only thing you're able to see is 2 whiffs of blondish hair that kind of hang out underneath the cloaked hood, and the face itself is blurred. Like you're looking at it, it's not like he's like, oh, I got the hood up. It's like it's the hood's only about here, like he was just normally wearing like a robes, but the face is blurred and looks strange. Your character with True Sight, the only thing you see is little bits of a rusted gauntlet hanging in the air. That's all you see. The rest of you see this, and the form is slightly translucent. It hangs in the middle. The light going through it, very hard to miss. What do you do?
Out of character. I know who this is. I can't remember if in character, because we had the conversation with the Lady of Answers before about whoever. And
Yeah. But also,
yes.
as another first-time introduction.
Another one, yeah.
This is a statue? Is that right?
No.
Sorry, I was
Oh,
messaging
yeah.
my daughter, so I missed.
A slightly translucent figure, maybe about 2.5 feet tall,
Okay.
that hangs in the air, floating,
Mhm.
partially see-through.
Okay.
The face is blurred.
Blurred. It's got a cloak on.
Has a cloak on, a simple green. It's a green cloak with a kind of reddish tint.
And it was missing 2 of its fingers.
2 of his fingers
And it
in
had
one
a
hand.
gauntlet.
Yeah, and a gauntlet on the right hand. Right hand has 5 fingers.
Okay.
But it's like a rusted, ruined mess of a gauntlet,
Okay.
right? Like something that had been buried for years. And
When you say translucent, is it kind of like holographic in its visual?
yeah,
Kind of
almost,
holographic?
almost,
Okay.
yeah, like
Something
a hologram.
magical?
Definitely not. Yeah, definitely magical.
Okay, alright.
Yeah. You don't think this is a specter.
Okay,
I'll give you that.
okay.
Just a mechanics point, like for True Sight, do I know? Do I only see this ruined gauntlet, or do I have any concept of it being attached to anything?
You can choose to kind of like flick it on and off,
Oh.
and like flick it. It's not always
Yeah.
on. Like you can choose to like turn it off in an eye, and
Okay.
then you can have this weird effect.
Okay.
So you
Otherwise,
can
it's like
see both.
Yes.
Okay.
so otherwise, isn't it like you see the real one, but you see the translucent thing around it in
Yeah.
addition, basically. So
That's
you can
another
tell
thing
this
you
is an
could do.
image, but
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a very fair.
And I will say that's like an
Otherwise,
effect of like having it on one eye and then it's on the other, and you can just kind of like because both your eyes are looking at the same thing. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah. You need to cross your eyes so that
Yeah.
the image pops up.
Like I Spy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit, he's 3D! Wait, they're always 3D.
What?
So my initial question is this a figure I recognize? I mean, I know the face is blurred, but like,
roll me a religion check.
oh yeah, no. Okay. 14. A whole 14.
The robes are druidic in style. That dongle around his throat with the rusted copper penny
Mhm.
embedded and burned into it looks druidic in nature. Not anything you recognize.
With
But it-
copper? With metal?
It's the way the dongle's presented. Something about it
Just-
seems it's a simple wooden dongle with a rusted, ruined metal penny in it, and there's just something. It's like looking at somebody who's a cosplayer. Like, oh, they're cosplaying, even though you have no idea what that character is. You recognize it
Got
as a
it.
part of the tribe.
No, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's what. Wait. Where are we at physically here? Would I still be a bird?
we're what?
Or would I still be a bird? Carrying you
You
around?
are
You
just
guys
moving.
haven't
Yeah,
even
no,
got
no,
it.
yeah.
You haven't
We
even
haven't
left the
left
tower.
yet.
Unless you decide to be a bird already, then yes. But
No, that's fine. So then out loud, I would say, well, that's interesting.
we already had a parlay with your master. Just let us leave in peace now.
My master? Sir, I do not believe you have ever met my master.
Is this the hologram talking?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
It's a soft voice and it's almost childlike, right? It's very whimsical. I don't believe you've ever met my master. This is the second and first time we have met. Most people only meet me once. How is it that I meet you twice in 2 lifetimes?
Well, I Smoot don't think I know what you're talking about. What do you mean twice?
What do you mean, Smoot?
Yes, I am
Die.
Smoot.
You've already started to be a problem. I will have to do things differently next time. I received a missive. Normally, in Dragon Chess, when you capture a queen, one of the pawns does not take her back. That plan took 300 years to cultivate.
So you gave Golasi to this guy.
Of course, we have an understanding.
Can I make any kind of Arcana check or anything to try to, in character, remember who this is?
Oh.
You already made that check in character once.
Okay. Yeah.
Can't have it again.
Can I have that check?
You've never met this
Yes.
guy.
Damn.
You weren't with us.
No, I know. I didn't know if that would help in some way. Tell you what, Maves is immediately pissed off when you say that about Gullisy, that he's the one who brought Gullisy here.
First, you restore the Moonlit King. Second, you put the Queen back on the board after you return the King. What other of my pieces?
Well, we let Storm Song out too. Any thoughts on that?
Thank you.
It's equivalent of kicking the soccer ball into your own team's skull.
I would
You can
rule
express your thanks in monetary value if you like.
if you had not unleashed almost more evils than you have put away, I would be upset.
Pretty sure we're significantly more.
Yeah, I think the scale is definitely tipped not in our favor.
My face, you jerk.
And what if we were to tip the scales back the other way? Do you intend to interrupt us?
I do not directly interfere in this. Pawns, knights, kings, queens, these things make moves. I merely offer opportunities. What can I give you for you to retire and leave the board?
Well, if you stop pasture long term, maybe we can talk.
I'm not having you remove one of my knights.
That's a problem then, because we have beef with the King in Yellow. We intend to sort out.
Yes, you do. Well, I look forward to your left move. Rook to pawn 3. He looks over to you. He reaches out his hand with his ruined gauntlet. And he points his hand towards the shepherd's crook. And he crushes his hand. As it does, you see a codex rust and ruin and fall apart
Oh shit.
into ash upon the ground.
Counterspell?
Can't counterspell psionics.
Huh.
He starts fading. And then he's gone.
So do I still have like the pieces of it, or did it just like
It's
go to nothingness?
it's like ruined. It's ash at this
Okay.
point.
It
It looks like it's aged a billion years in a minute.
Huh.
correct me
Okay.
if I'm wrong, but that was not possible. But besides the fact that it just happened.
Who was that?
It's in character. I have no idea. This is clearly someone, another plane of power that we've
Who?
ever encountered.
Who is Haster?
Oh,
This is Maves asking. Maves has no idea who
have
this
you
person is.
noticed our cool tattoos? Well, you've noticed several of us have an identical brand in various spots of our body, undoubtedly.
Oh, okay, sure.
Or used to. Not
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
Everyone on this ship, from the initial crew, got their start having been caught as slaves. We got branded with these wonderful tattoos that effectively mean when we die, Aster gets our soul, there's no coming back, and presumably other terrible things. And it can't be removed as far as we've found. Anyway, I guess that might have done it, but it's a little late now.
Yeah. What are we supposed to do now? We're not going to be able to we're not gonna be able to purify the Titans at all.
Well, we've purified their mother, which hopefully, if we're able to free the Titans from the grips of Haster's minions, perhaps she can restore them to their rightful state once more. Perhaps her curation has already spread to them as well, perhaps through they felt that same cleansing aura, and maybe hopefully it's restored them partially.
How do we find out for sure?
We go say hello.
Yep.
Which, one way or another, doesn't change what we have to do.
Which is what?
Whether they're mad or not, we still have to at least free them to keep the Hasterians from stealing their powers and charging up their avatars, as Decadic so lovely got to see up close and personal.
Yes. Must sever the connection with the Titans and also free the Summer King, who is the central battery of sorts to their network. of
The battery
power.
to the main avatar, the lady in yellow, or
Yes,
something like that.
Melina, whatever her name was. Lady, part cat. I very
Arcona?
strange individual, yes.
That just means instead of potentially having a reasonable ally, when we free it, it may try to kill us immediately after.
Great.
It's wonderful, truly.
Ileonis is just kind of like scooping the ashes up in her hands, like
Ah, yes.
Unlike you, some of us can't retire until this is taken care of, or Lord knows something, heavens knows something's gonna happen.
I can't retire. There's no way.
I'm sure I have an empty bottle, potion vial, some kind.
I
here.
tried that once, and then I got
Contain
dragged
the
back out of
ashes.
retirement.
That's a holy relic for the new church. Yes, maybe.
sweeping it sadly into a pouch.
At least
Oh
it's
my
not
gosh,
in
yes.
anyone else's hands to be
Do
misused.
I smell like dogs? I must.
Don't let Lagan get too close to that ash, from what I heard.
So, who was that?
Oh,
Was
okay.
that the warlock? It didn't look like the that lich from
The Aegis Master?
No, it was not
It's
him.
not him.
No, it's,
He was wearing some kind of something about his robes. They looked druidic.
Maybe
Claim they-
someone in the city would have an idea of who it was.
Claim
If
they've
they're
met some of us
powerful enough
before.
to destroy an entire codex,
Yes.
Like that?
yeah,
Not even them, but what, an image?
time. It used time.
I mean, these are from the Golden Age. Right? Yeah.
Do I know of any druidic magic that would even remotely work in that way? I can't even imagine.
You know,
Are we looking at
Roll me a
11th
nature
sphere?
check.
I don't know.
I'm
He's
gonna
wearing a druidic thing.
well, the total doesn't matter. Is it a 19 or a 20?
No,
No, okay.
this is
not
nth
even close.
level.
It's,
Yeah.
it's
Say
a
the
13.
Crusher Codex. Are we does that mean this
This
is
is
the
spec-
11th sphere even? Is that a thing?
I mean, you know, with that, I'll give you an Arcana, right? Like, what the fuck could break a Codex? You know, like, if somebody wants to roll an Arcana for that,
If
Sure.
someone else wants to.
because you guys have ran into Codexes kind of being undone, kind of, but like in a weird way.
27.
27. Okay. You guys had briefly ran into the could a codex unmake a codex? Potentially. It's possible. A codex would have to be made specifically for that purpose. Unmake codexes, right? The other thing you could think of is there's the cult of unmaking.
Oh yeah, the false hydras.
But that was specifically from that other guy you had ran into, right?
Oswald. Yes.
Oswald. And he's gone.
Yes. Who?
There was the cult has been around.
Your nemesis, Smoot. Don't you remember?
I don't know.
Well, that sounds about right.
It's really good at this.
So, someone with a similar power then who can unwrite codexes, but the very fabric of time, so that if we did encounter him before, then, or her, whoever that was, we wouldn't even remember necessarily.
I mean, they remembered us. Some of us at least.
Could it be possible that the gauntlet was a codex?
Perhaps it did appear like the staff rusted, right? When you're describing its destruction.
The gauntlet left too, right? Like,
The gauntlet did leave
Okay.
as well.
Okay, yes.
it's on the ground next to us.
With the 27, which is still fairly high, I would give you like, that seems very plausible. Like this guy has something, but I mean you've never heard of anything like that. But then again, you guys aren't codex experts, right?
We just find
Yeah, we just
Yes.
This
You know
belongs in
one.
the
we're just
museum.
enthusiasts. We like collecting them.
You know
Treasure
one in
chest.
Freeport, you know a codex expert, but that's about it.
Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one cavern hold?
And now Disney.
That's right, here we go.
They unwrote it using the Dingalometer. Yes, it's entirely possible that gauntlet was perhaps a codex designed for such purpose to unwrite them.
Cult of the Unwritten, that was it.
Ah,
You
yes.
ran into before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if-
Trippy quests before where different cities fell under like weird psychic sways where like we could like see the monsters running about or we could only hear or lots of creepy shit. Twilight Zone crap.
but if they consider Haster, Brasco, doing that, all of that as their team, was Cult of the Unwritten being just another one of their pawns. Seems very reasonable.
Possibly.
Or not big on the idea of the one big evil that rules over everything.
Yes. I think I'd much rather flip the board of this game that they're playing with the world.
Well, we have their attention. We break codexes. We know nothing about them, but they know who we are. Another regular day.
That is a Tuesday.
Granted, the fact that they didn't show up here in person could possibly be a limitation placed upon them. Much like the gods themselves are Gullisy, perhaps they can only do so much in this reality.
Did he fade in a lot of the same way that Gullisy did then when she went behind the gauntlet?
Yeah.
Could we be dealing with a deity of some sort?
Owns Pastor for sure. Or uses. Use this guy. Maybe use the Cult of the Unwritten. Complained about us taking off other pieces.
The Rasco, yeah.
Is it...
If we just kept
That-
setting evils free, maybe he would have let us join. He would have offered us jobs.
I think we've definitely not let out Moves. It would never happen. We haven't set out an Ancient Evil in quite a long time, actually.
It's
We're doing
been a bit.
very well. We've been
been
on
a
a redemption arc.
Yep.
Especially that one.
Yes.
So we can at least probably continue moving our own designs without worrying of them directly interfering with us. So I'm sure by now Haster and his followers are probably well aware of what we're up to now.
Also, point of notice. I assume the Ageless Master was its master. But it has a master. It said it wasn't that. But there's something above that.
He said that he didn't think any of us had met his master.
Correct. Meaning, presumably, at least, meaning he has one.
There's always a bigger fish, yes.
have a theory with no basis behind it. Very minimal.
Well,
But if it's controlling most of the bad things or evil things that are corrupting this world, and or changing it for the worse lately, would it not be that name that I gave to the Lady of Answers?
Rajat was the name.
Rajat?
Rajat.
Rajat. The enemy of us all.
that would
End
seem
of
to
context and knowledge.
That would seem to make sense, yes.
Out of character, yes. I just don't know what that means for us. Except that it's our enemy, apparently, but I figured that was a good bet based on destroying that right in front of us. But noticeably not trying to do anything else.
Yes, it appears that if they would be able to do that, why would they just get rid of us?
Yeah, why not take care of the problem? Does it only affect codexes? Or at least that.
Perhaps. Is there any way, Captain, you think perhaps you could contact the Lady of Answers once more and get more answers?
Trying to remember
She's
if
the
I-
lady of answer.
I gave her an answer. Trying to remember if I still have the book or if it like basically disappeared after.
Oh
I
yeah,
got
after
the
you wrote
answer.
it, yeah.
I've seen her, haven't I?
Probably.
We saw
Yeah,
her.
yeah, you were there when we.
I could dream you there.
Possibly, yeah.
I'm not sure I have much more sway than anybody else at that point, but worth a shot.
So as long as I've interacted with them or know who they are.
Maybe reach out to them that way.
Perhaps a problem for when we know we can leave here first. You may not have to worry about any of this.
Yes. So, first things first. Let's see if we can't return to the right side up side of Sirens.
So,
Bird.
what do you guys
Giant
do?
bird. Go, go, gadget, giant bird.
Okay. You turn to a giant bird. You guys head outside.
Double click spider boots and I presume Smoot's holding on to me for a feather fall just in case.
Just in
Seems
case.
likely.
Seems likely, yeah.
I'm carrying him.
Who wants to? Yeah. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check, I guess. For whoever's looking outside, trying to figure out if the barrier's still there.
Go, wizard boy.
I'll do it.
You
It's,
definitely don't want me to.
Just doing a straight Arcana. Or you casting detect magic. What are you doing?
I was rolling just for Arcana. Not a great roll. 15.
You're not sure.
Unless, do I get portents right now, or do I need a long rest?
We did long rest.
You got a long rest, so you can roll your 3 dice and you can choose one of your portents.
A couple rounds of this I left in the tank.
There we go. I'll use that 18, I think, for a total of 29.
Okay.
Wasted. We needed that.
The barrier is not there. The barrier is gone. And you'll notice as you look at the top of the tower, that little, that reddish tinted gem that was at the top is also gone.
The barrier's down, Captain. It is safe to exit. There is no disintegration ray.
Great.
You want me to take us back to?
Top side, back
Or
up
we
to,
just teleport out of here, I guess, if we want to go see them in Eldernet.
Yeah, we should probably speak with Aegis back in the city of Hell. Let them know
Where was the? Well,
they might have a reward for us too. Remember?
Also, when we were looking around out here, has a mysterious second tower sprouted anywhere underneath the...
You know what? That's a fair thing. Roll me a perception check.
Just move down the street.
Under
23.
construction, coming soon.
23?
Yes.
Nice, nice. Anybody else got anything?
I'll tell you in a second.
And what?
Why is it a secret?
No, I don't have my skills in front of me.
It's okay. It's okay.
Perception.
Yes.
24.
24. Okay.
Yeah.
Both you guys, it's above a deadly check. You do not see a tower on the opposite side, simply spread out.
It's like right next door.
He like just put things in the moving van and like went next door. Like
Because you're looking down straight at the ground, the waters below, you do notice something else disconcerting. You see a lot of broken remnants of ships, at least 12, 13, just in the water. It's like like when a ship started to sink, right? Or it's like broken in half. And you see people like swimming in the water. You see people on like riding brooms, kind of flying around down there, like trying to pick people up. You see ships that from the harbor, that's in the poorer side, that's in the docks down in the edge area, sending like rowboats and others like towards like these broken remnants of ships. It's almost like an entire armada of ships just fell out of the sky.
We're still as high up as we expect to be.
Yes.
Granted, I have no idea how far up
Looking
now
at
is.
those ships, roll me a. I don't know what check that would be. A history.
I got history.
no.
A history. Something
I'm a
like.
historian.
Or an investigation would also be fair.
I'm a mediocre
Same.
historian.
17.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Those are flying ships. 12, 13, 15, maybe 18 flying ships. Broken remnants shattered upon the ocean floor.
On the floor or on the surface?
The surface of the water.
Okay.
So it wasn't like the
You're-
water was all
you're-
of a sudden gone as well, and we were
No,
seeing
no,
this
no,
other
no,
part.
no, no.
Okay.
It's like
That's
the water's
why
there.
Yeah, good call.
How far below
you-
us are
you-
we talking? How
you-
up are we?
I say you have. Are you staying or are you coming with me? I'm gonna go down there. How far away is it from where we are?
It's 300 yards.
I will make that very quickly.
Okay.
You're either coming with me or
I mean, I'm hanging on.
Okay, I say I'll,
Fire.
I'll deposit you with one of these people, but you have 3 seconds to
One
decide.
football field, 2 football
You
field.
know you're supposed to wait till they're gone or dead before you loot them, right?
No,
Does somebody want to take the captain before I drop him?
it's 450, but still.
I think this might be a good team building exercise for you.
It's
Jim.
All right.
450, but still. Move.
I have a 280 movement,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm going. I'm
Uh,
flying. I am
Indicating how's
double.
our ship.
Okay. As you fly down towards there, you're looking at it. There are some people screaming. There's people flying around trying to help.
I'm looking for people to rescue out of the water at
Yeah.
this point. Like I'm literally.
Sure. Roll me for everyone helping. You're flying, so roll me athletics and perception.
Feel
I have
free
a
to drop
fly
it further
speed?
fall your way.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just like athletics, how quickly
Okay,
can you get to
okay,
people before they
okay.
drown? Perception, can you find them?
Let me,
That's
figure,
part
let
of
me
this.
figure out
Yeah.
what my athletics is as a giant eagle.
And what are you doing?
I'll help.
Okay.
I guess.
Ooh. Okay, so that'll be a 26.
26, and for the athletics?
You can only
That's what
assume
it
we'll
is.
be
Oh,
more
athletics
than
is
perception?
my hero
Oh
is.
shit.
Perception?
Okay. Oh, that's even better. That's 29.
Okay. Between those two, you're able to rescue close to like 60 people.
I am.
It's
done.
going to take you hours, but you'll rescue
I'm gonna
close to
set you
60.
down somewhere
That's
because
fine.
I need my claws to rescue people.
Uh,
So
What's
I-
your...
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he's with me.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna put him down somewhere, and then I'm gonna go start helping people.
If you're dedicated to it, it'll
I
take you
am.
2 hours. You can save up to 60 people.
Yep.
What else are the rest of you doing?
If I'm not plucking them out of the water, I'm healing people.
Okay.
So,
That's fair.
and I
There's
have
a lot of people to heal.
regeneration and whatnot too. So
Movaes, I need you to spread the word to not panic here in a moment
okay,
when a monster shows up and starts helping things.
fantastic. I will screech in eagle form because I can't talk. But okay.
Great. This is gonna be really awkward for a second here.
So what are you doing?
I'm gonna transform into one of these.
I will use telepathy to calm down anybody that panics.
Okay.
He's with me. He's with me. He's with me.
Amphibious. Okay, cool. I'm gonna transform into an adult bronze dragon.
Oh, you took shape change. Okay.
No, what?
Oh, you
True polymorph.
True polymorph.
It's only CR15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
The
Okay.
ancient bronze or brass, one of the two is 20, but no. 15 is the adult bronze.
Okay.
So I'm a huge dragon. I will help pick things up, and also I am amphibious, so and all that. So water breathing while I'm doing it is
So
not
that's
an
nice.
issue.
That's really
Cool.
good.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a perception and athletics check using the dragon stats.
Eragar, a dragon's attacking! Quick, we must help!
Who is Eragar?
Who's Eragar?
Who is he? Where did he come from?
And Smoot!
Oh God.
I did it.
Athletics and what?
Athletics and perception.
Nice. Okay. Let's see. That is only a 16 athletics, and perception is also 16. Weirdly enough.
You're able to save about I would say, given your size as well.
So mostly, I'm trying to get people to grab onto me and that sort of thing.
I'll let you'll save about 30 people. Does that make sense? So
Okay.
far together you've saved about 90 people.
Okay.
What are you guys doing for the next few hours?
I did reattune to my Atlas of Endless Horizons.
Okay.
So I'll take the Smoots with me, and Alanis, if she's still with us,
Sure.
and teleport down to. What city are we flying above, or is it?
Oh, you teleport up to L? Okay.
Well, I was gonna teleport down to, just because there's a port.
Oh yeah, there's a port. It's lower L.
Okay. Yeah, go down there and see. Just ask like, if there's any like officials around. Like, what happened? Why did all these flying ships suddenly plummet to the sea?
You probably ask. Probably the harbor master is there. Looks like he's trying to navigate some ships. Did you
Notes,
teleport
don't throw them
and
just
ask-
yet.
He's like, oh, getting some boats up you up. I don't know what happened. All of the flying ships just started falling from the sky. All of them just started falling. All of them were in the sky docks around L, and they just came falling from the sky. They shattered into the water. We're trying to get people out there to help. We don't have a lot of regular boats, so mostly it's just the fishing, the fishing. Different. Sorry, so I can't talk to you. And he just kind of turns around. He's just like he jumps in a boat himself, and he just starts to row out there.
All of the ships fell.
Roll me an intelligence check because you had something that you were looking at before, and you've recharged, and you've worked with a certain material before.
I'm gonna use my 17 portent for that for 22.
22. There's always something strange about the floating rock that all of those chains were attached to. Whenever you charged it, you heard distant whispers in it, in a language you did not know.
Uh-oh. We've been demoted.
And roll me another investigation check. Just something else.
16.
It's odd. 250 years ago is when flying ships started coming into fashion. 50 years after the Blight of Bern.
I'm gonna cast sending back to our ship, our flying ship, back at the Hall of Justice.
So who are you sending it to?
To Reyna. We'll contact Reyna. Just be like,
Oh,
yes. This is Decadic. The captain and the crew are safe. Is everything alright with the Nostromo? Has anything unusual happened to any flying ships there?
you hear a reply back. Oh, Takadic. Oh, sorry, love. You scared me. I'm cooking a stew. You almost made me knock over the pot. I heard a voice in my head. But there's only one flying ship in town. What are you talking about? Is Orky okay? Where are you? How's Elle? And she's ran out of words.
I'll cast another sending. Zorky is fine.
Oh, no.
We are still at the city of El. Several flying ships have crashed in the sea. Is the Nostromo still intact?
How horrible. That's very strange. I don't know. I'm in the castle cooking dinner. I guess I can go check. It'll take me about. She ran out. She didn't know she only has 25 more. She's probably still talking. At this point, she probably thinks you're a dick.
Third sending!
Somebody else. Are you on the ship?
We need more wizards on the ship that can send messages back.
You have them, but they're dead.
They're all dead.
Yes, our entire crew is now dead.
Saya would be there.
Saya is definitely a person that's around.
Alright, hang on.
Where would Saya be?
She'd be on the ship.
Oh boy.
It's where she'd be.
Cool. Can you roll me a reflex saving throw for absolutely no reason?
Oh, thanks. Okay, so that's a 17 on the die.
Okay, so I'll
But-
keep that in mind for Saya.
But I just don't have Saya's stuff in front
No,
of me.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I'll keep this 17 die roll
Yeah,
in mind.
because, 17.
Plus, you have probably a positive
Plus
modifier
6
dex.
is my saving throw.
Okay.
So, I just have to look at what Saya's got on her. Oh dear.
Oh, Saya, we should have asked for the Cloud Giant Castle. We messed up.
Yep.
Well, I wonder if the Cloud Giants have flying castles too or not at this point.
So I don't have sending.
I mean, if he's sending Saya in that case, so
No, but
Oh.
if something happened with the fact that Saya is on the ship,
she'd be cool about it.
I just Facebooked you.
oh no.
Read it.
So, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay,
Yeah, go ahead and send your message to Saya, I guess. Miss Bone Veil.
ready when you are.
Miss Bonevale, can you let us know the state of the Nostromo? And if possible, check its status and contact me magically to let me know.
The Nostromo has fallen. No one died. But we don't understand why it no longer flies. We are here with the ship.
So, we'll turn to Alanis. Ask her, do you know anything about the stones used by the flying ships across Galaxy? Understand they're meant to be long, petrified remains of ancient beings. Do you know of anything from Bern, from ancient home, relates to that, maybe?
Roll me an insight check. Not for him.
I'm really good at these, though.
I know you are.
You're busy saving lives.
I am.
There's a bird in this.
Ah, she's lying.
Only 6, my insight shit.
I mean, the DC was pretty low. I'll let you interpret it. She gives you this look.
Okay.
What?
just curious with the restoration of Gullacy, if how quickly that might affect any of the blights back in your homeland of Burn. If any of the effects may have already started to wane.
The blight of Burn, with Gullacy restored, I would believe that the blight would recede and disappear. The blight was because Gullacy is the earth. And Gullacy itself, the continent of Gullacy, is one gigantic druid's grove. When she went mad, it corrupted the grove. All of the groves in Gullacy are tied together. We have spent centuries and millennia tying all the groves together and growing them. Gullacy, the Burn itself is one druid's grove. The only reason Burn Tower and all the others survived is because we never tied them together, because we had the barrier of water between us. There is nothing tying the forests together. She is the grove. With her purified, the grove is purified. Why? What? I don't understand this wizardness. I'm sorry. I am a woman of faith. I do not. The ships have stones in them? What? Stones don't fly. It seems contradictive.
Yes, one of the many paradoxes of magic. But thank you. Very, very, very informative. We should probably, in the meantime, set to helping the rescue efforts and then regroup with the captain and the others afterwards.
Of course, I'll try to help people on shore if I can. I don't.
Right, yes. Obviously,
Yeah.
water, yes, not great there, yes.
So she goes back on land and is using calming, healing magics to try to help people, you know.
One more Sunday.
One more sentence.
I'm
Good
gonna,
thing you had that long rest.
yes.
Good thing.
Gonna contact Millie back with our crew, who was previously in charge of the engine.
Call her a bad engineer. She let the ship wreck.
Quit it.
You're shush.
She abandoned us before.
Ah.
I have no
She
quarter
did
for her.
totally abandon you guys at one point.
Because one of our classmates lied. It's a long, complicated story.
Long-
No,
Not
I-
Decadic in this case, to clarify.
School
Right.
drama, yeah.
School drama. That's funny.
I wish I could do a ring bell, just let people know ahead of time. Hey, I'm messaging you. Just
That's what you spend
You
your
have
first
an
3
incoming
words on.
transmission from.
Incoming
Decade.
call.
Incoming call.
do you accept the charges? Millie, this is Decadic. I understand the ship has suffered damage. Can you give me a status report on the stone powering the flying engine?
Oh, thank God. Someone can hear me.
Oh, we need to get back to the ship.
It's so heavy. It hurts so much. I think I'm awake again. I hear someone. I think. That's when
Okay.
you get back.
So,
So, because the ship fucking fell.
Hey. From what height? I don't.
How high is it docked up in the air?
it was 35 feet.
Which is still
Significant.
high enough to. Aragon! Wanna go back to the ship with me? I got my atlas out already ready to do another teleport.
Yes, I mean,
Are you
who's
gonna-
Aragon?
Smoots!
Yes.
Both of you.
Okay, because we're saving people.
Yeah, I'm not waiting for anybody
That's
else.
fine.
so-
I'll
Telling
take
me our
us.
shipmates are in trouble and you're having me here rescue these chumps.
I'm not with them. I don't know what's
Like
going
you
on.
give a shit.
I'm splitting the party, okay?
If someone's
fine, I
gonna
can
kill our
teleport us.
shipmates, it's gonna be me.
I can teleport
I've
us.
done a few.
Oh yeah, that's all right.
You walk up, sarcastic cone of cold.
Yeah,
eyes.
just.
I did message you a question real quick on clarification, just because I want to make sure something works / how.
Yeah, you can drop him whenever you want.
Okay, so
And generally, you'd want to drop it before the hour's up.
would I?
Well, I mean, I guess if you want.
Well, that was my thing. That was my question. Because if it goes over an hour, then the penalty was basically someone else has to dispel magic me, or I have to suicide effectively to get out of the form.
Right. You want to.
Versus if you hold on to it, how you were saying, otherwise it basically becomes I can hold the buff as long as I want for.
I would say like if you cast it on yourself, it just has an hour duration, but on other people, it's like permanent. Maybe because you're not trying to like because you are a spellcaster,
trying to
you're
rescue
magic
people
ones-
with this
yeah,
too,
yeah,
and that's why I was.
yeah.
It's like, did I just use my hour there and it's done? Is it still going? What am I?
I'd say like this is like during the hour. Yeah, you guys are like doing that. So you are teleporting back to the ship
With
then.
smooth
Teleportation
Okay.
circle.
Just
yeah.
didn't even
Back-
tell us anything. They're gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're just gone.
You guys are saving people, right?
Yeah,
saving
we're
lives.
just-
Yeah.
Yes, and so are we.
Mhm.
My soul.
So you guys teleport back to the ship. It's pretty easy to get back to. You got a piece of it. You find yourself standing on top of a wreckage. There's maybe 25 people like trying to lift things up and move it. The ship has broken in half inwards and it's kind of crumpled like this into itself. You see either end of the ship has now bent up to meet each other and they just kind of crumpled in a little bit.
So, Saya would definitely be using.
So yeah, you're Sai in this scene, and
Yep.
you are
Wagon.
Wagon.
Wagon's around.
So you guys dressed me up the scene.
Christ.
The ship has fallen 35 fucking feet and crumpled into itself. There were people that were in the ship. Some of you were in it. You were just maybe hopefully on top of the deck when the thing
Yeah.
happened, instead of like in the
Or
hole.
by like a porthole window or somewhere.
Right. There are people in the town kind of standing nearby, but like wood beams on ships are fucking heavy and big.
Well, I'm
Like,
ready
they don't
with-
use thin, small wood.
I'm ready with disintegrate.
Disintegrate.
The very,
okay,
the very
okay.
dangerous things.
The
Okay.
hold on disintegrates.
Well, you guys are coming into this scene, so you two
Yeah,
get
we've
addressed up,
already
and then
been.
you guys are in
We've
there.
already been working on it. Like at this
Okay,
point, when you
yeah.
show up,
Because I mean, if
We're
it
trying to
happened
save
when
people.
Gulsey went away, that means this has been going on for an hour.
Yeah,
At least.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, I would say, you know what? You guys individually, since Saya, you're using spells. Roll me an Arcana and a Perception check. What is Vandal Lagan using?
Wagon Vandal has checking a thing. I'm pretty sure.
I'm good at it now. Nice, 29.
29. Great.
Where is the
great.
stupid feature?
And the Perception?
Oh shit, I'm not good at. Oh my god, I'm not Beauvais level. Only 17.
17. Cool. You don't accidentally disintegrate somebody.
Oh,
when you
shucks.
aim.
Well, Wagon is spearhearted and he has a swim speed, so he's definitely just doing his best to swim and try to rescue anyone who's underneath or got caught up in
Okay.
it.
Would we have been over the water in?
It's like partially over the water, partially on land, which
It's a
also
sky
makes it
dock,
awkward.
Yeah.
You don't need water for your airship, right?
Right, but
Well,
it's
apparently
built
you
by
don't.
the dock.
And I would think in the event of a fall like this, you wouldn't want to build it over a populated.
So I'm gonna
Right
be focusing
over the
on.
fucking
I'll be using
peasant
levitate
houses.
Okay.
to move things, to help move things
Oh,
to
yeah,
its
yeah, yeah, yeah.
limitation, and
Here's
then I
the
have
Skyport orphanage.
disintegrate if we get like in a
Children
very
in the
critical
city.
situation. That's the contribution
Okay.
I'm using.
What about you? Go ahead and roll me a survival check and then an athletics check. Since you have a swim speed, I'll let you roll with advantage.
Spells. What's the other thing? Is do I have? And he's got conjure woodland beings, so he'd probably use that too, just to try to help
Sure,
do
sure.
everything for him.
I'll give you advantage on both the
Okay,
survival and the athletics.
Survival and athletics.
But Kenny can wrangle that woodland creature.
34 on survival.
Okay.
And athletics is 26.
26. All right, you both have done amazingly. I'll let you guys dress up the scene. At this point, no one's gotten to Millie, but she was at the heart of the ship, and you guys are getting closer to there.
And we're kind of.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
I assume the visual is that it went like this
Yes.
and is down.
You'd like
So we're at the top where the two ends have come together, and we've been boring a hole essentially down the middle of the ship to try and get to the survivors
yes
through the
yes.
middle.
Yeah.
So when you show up, then people are yelling, and there's in general we've been orchestrating a helpline, if you will. We're pulling debris up that can be moved by hand. Saya would be levitating and moving the big pieces that people can't do just with strength alone, and has been doing. They've been pulling survivors out of this wreckage for the last hour at least.
Yeah.
So, so at that point, when you show up, I know Saya would have been inside the ship, so she's probably pretty assed up at this point. and she's probably leading a focus of drilling down through the middle of the ship to try and get to people that are buried. Because we've probably been pulling people out of the wreckage for the last hour.
Wagon would have joined later. He would have not been on the ship, but probably still somewhere nearby.
Right.
Really quick, physically, where are we? Where is the ship at? Are we near
The
a
Hall
city?
of Justice, Smoots to keep in
Yeah,
the town around
let me
it,
pull up the map.
I wonder.
which is
So, right about. Sorry, I've got like a bunch of stuff.
You're
in
good.
there.
You're good.
It's about. So you guys were here.
Yeah.
Right in L. The Hall of Justice is like right there.
So then, it would have gone down. Are there people in the city that maybe would have helped?
Yeah, there's
helping
people.
us?
There's people in the town nearby.
That's Lord
The
Smoot's ship.
the docks. The docks are just at the edge of town where the river is.
Okay.
Because it's a river entrance to get into that, and people kind of like, but it's a deep river.
Yeah.
And the docks, it's only like a 2-port dock, and then he's got a sky dock built, but the sky dock's built where the other docks are, so it's like half on land, half near the water as it kind of hangs there.
I gotcha.
Because I mean, what you wouldn't expect it to just fall out of the sky.
No.
Should have put it right at the castle. Who else is visiting in a sky ship?
Us apparently. Anyway, I was just curious
Yeah.
if there were other people there too.
So, when Lagan first showed up, he would have used locate creatures, humans specifically, just to try to get an idea of how many people were in the water, and then from there, it's switch off that to conjure woodland beings, swimming down, finding who we can, trying to move stuff, get them swam out. Azula's not going to do much because she is not water-based, and I wasn't ready for that. So,
Yeah.
Since you guys both rolled high, I'll say that no one has died. Right? You've gotten to most people. The only people left is probably, I would say, probably just Millie, because she was in the engine room, and that's in the center of the ship, which
Is
was
it the bottom
the
then?
first to get hit and the first to get crumpled into.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna use
you guys are in the sea.
really quick. For detect thoughts, do I have to have eyes on the person? I'm looking at it. Says for the duration you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. I don't know if I would know enough about the spell that I could just kind of use a broadcast of listening for
I
thoughts.
think it says it can go through certain amounts of stone or wood or something like that.
Because as we're getting lower, I would want to potentially use it every so often to see if I'm hearing like panicked, oh my god, I'm gonna die thoughts.
if it works like the spell, at least, it's when you cast the spell on your action, you can focus your mind on any one creature that you can see within 30 feet of you.
Ah, damn. Okay, so
Yeah.
never mind. Nope. If I can't see him, then never mind.
So, but yeah, that's the scene.
Don't see anyone. Don't worry.
You
I
guys
have
are.
psychic affinity. That's the only reason
yes,
I was
maybe it's
checking.
different.
That's
Yeah.
why I
Yeah.
was checking.
It's fine. So you guys are now all in the scene. Feel free to be in the scene, and then let me know when you guys need something. I'll keep in mind while you're talking, you are moving stuff out of the way.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, Saya's probably yelling at people to do things while we're digging.
So the only person still to be recovered is Millie in the engine room.
Was that it? Was that it?
We haven't
Millie?
seen her yet.
Yeah.
She's the only one that's yet to be accounted for.
Okay.
All right, everyone, off the deck of the ship. I'm going to reverse gravity, lift up the wreckage, so that we can get to the bottom of the ship. Get ready to find her, get her out of there as fast as possible.
I'm.
Go for it. Lagan just dives into the side of the ship.
Okay. The ship begins to start floating in the air again,
Just
but
doing a total magneto.
kind of in pieces, as it's kind of like floating, as it starts to like in pieces take flight. Individual boards start lifting in the air. Unanchored stones start lifting in the air as well. Not violently up, but slowly start lifting in the air as the pieces start separating and just kind of floating as if they're like in water. Like a broken ship in a water-filled jar that has been shooken up. Right now, it's just kind of dancing in
like a
the
snow
air.
globe, kind of.
Yeah, kind of like a snow globe, like a horrible snow globe.
Yeah. I'm not trying to like preserve the
Um,
integrity of the ship. I'm just trying to.
Crack it
So
open.
let's
Gems
do a
just
skill
raining from
challenge.
the
So
sky.
you are doing that. That's a given. That effect is in there. What are you three doing as well to try to get to Millie as these pieces are separating?
My intention will be to So you wanted to lift up the ship so that we could get in there,
Yes.
essentially. So I'm gonna get ready to go in
Okay.
to go find her.
Okay.
I have levitate. I have I have telekinesis.
Mhm.
So I could very easily move things out of the way
Okay.
and be prepared to dig fast
Got
to go
another-
get her.
Got another slot. He'll, at this point, if there's only one left, drop the woodland beings for locate creature, specifically trying to find that missing
Okay.
human.
Okay.
Focusing
And
on that.
what are you doing?
Just following and pulling stuff, opening stuff up as we go along, trying to dig through.
Throwing the harbor master in.
Yes.
You make me a strength or athletics check, your choice. You make me a survival check, and you make me a perception check.
30.
30.
Woo! Show off. 29.
29.
22.
All right. And you go ahead and make me an Arcana check real quick.
I shouldn't have blown my really high importance earlier. 13.
13. All right. So you are solely sitting there focusing on the spell, and it's taking all of your mental energies because you're trying not to make it violently throw up.
Yeah.
You're trying to like control, like, oh, this is a light, gentle raising.
Yeah.
Tony, I have ethereal form.
You have ethereal.
That'll be the other thing I do.
Okay. You literally just grab large pieces of this now almost weightless pieces of ship, and with your newfound strength and athletic ability, you're able to just push things out of the way that would, even while they're weightless, would seem almost impossible for most people. Using your survival, you are able to kind of drill down, and using that spell, you're able to point exactly where she is. But she seems to be in the heart of a bunch of like really thick, scattered pieces that are kind of like almost still wholly together. Like she didn't die because that part of the ship is meant to be the densest part of the ship, as you have tried to break into one before. As you see that, you, like Shadowcat from the X-Men, run through the wall
Yeah. 'cause
into
I
what
have
is
the
now,
form.
what you guys know to be a solid iron box. Like it's kept in there, and then like wood is paneled around it. Right? It's made to be the hardest part of the ship.
It's like the
I'm like-
panic room of the ship.
Yeah, it's like the black box.
Mhm.
Everything. It's the one thing that will always survive the crash. As you go through in there, you go into the other side. The room is dark. Normally, it's lit in here by magical torches. The magical torches are out. The only light coming in here is through like little holes that are in this metal box, where the normally the chains that would be connected to that large floating rock would have come out of and spread throughout the innards of the ship, right? Because there's almost like a drywall kind of like hollow point between them where those chains would go through and touch every part of the ship. Instead, Millie is laying in the corner. Stuff didn't fall on her as much as she was in a metal box that fell 35 feet to the ground.
Yeah. She got
And like an elevator, she got bounced into the
Should've
ceiling.
jumped right before.
She's got blood. She's not
It
dead,
must
but
be so
definitely
bad.
she's
I'm pulling health
like,
potions out.
yeah.
I will bonus action take my normal form in there with her, and I'm pulling health potions out.
As you pull out health potions, you and with your very decent perception check, you hear two sources of crying. One from Millie, like a moaning, crying on the ground. The other one, as you look to the side, you see a small child who looks like they've been just completely covered in dust, right? Like they've just been like someone's taken flour and thrown it into them. Not like their skin is super white, just like they're
Just
like
dirty. They're covered.
dirty and dust and covered in mud and muck, and they're kind of just standing there, just a small Genasi, a small Burnian girl, crying in the other corner. Little whiffs of flame-like hair dancing around her head.
Do I recognize this little girl from our crew at all?
No.
Oh God. Okay.
That's why Millie's in the engine room.
Does she look fucked up?
She doesn't look hurt like Millie. Like
Okay.
she just looks like she's crying. Roll me an insight check, right? It's not a high DC. I'm gonna say like a 10. It's not hard.
I've got it.
Yeah.
Is that a 6 or a 9? Sorry. That's a 9. So 15.
15. Definitely panicked, definitely in shock,
Okay.
but like, not hurt, just scared.
So
Oh.
so Saya is gonna. The first thing she's gonna do is give Millie some potions.
Mhm.
She's gonna get her into some kind of a safe position, upright, and start. Is Millie able to, like, if I give her a potion, can she take it? Like, is how
Yeah,
fast is
roll
she?
me a medicine check. She's
Yeah,
this is not your best.
It's a die
roll.
roll.
Get her out
It's
of
a
there.
die
I
roll.
can heal her.
I got a 19.
19,
I'm die.
19. Somehow you're able to like slip her underneath something gently, and you're able to, because you know that giving someone healing potions doesn't set bones.
No, it won't.
So you're able to set a bone, and you're kind of able to go, okay, I think most of the bones are set.
Saya's like, I'm sorry. Here,
And you just kind of
here.
like, you're just pouring potions in her
I
mouth,
am.
and she's not choking them.
Yeah.
But she's at this point starting to heal, but she is like trying to come to. She'll live at
Okay.
this point.
Okay. So I'm gonna sit there and kind of hold her up while I'm trying to like keep my
Okay.
friend alive at this point.
Okay.
And then she's gonna turn to the little girl and she'll be like, "Hey, shh, it's okay, shh."
What languages do you speak?
Ooh, I speak Burnian.
You do. She turns around and she's speaking Burnian, and she's like, "Please, no more. Where's my mother? Where is
Who's your
everyone?"
mommy? Who's your mommy? Come here. Who's your mommy? Which is funny because I'm a big
You're
scary
the big
lady.
scary
I'm the
goth
big
lady,
scary lady.
yeah.
Well, no, I look like I've got my hood off. I'm gonna look like what I am now. What's
Oh.
the race? What's the race I am now? The
Lich
elf
Shade.
one? Lich Shade.
Yeah.
I'm a Lich Shade
Oh,
now.
right.
I'm gonna be like, it's okay. Come here, it's okay.
Roll me a.
See, I was picturing you as being.
I'm good with that one.
Am I within
I'm good
30
with
feet
that
of this?
one.
I thought you were being a comforting Lady Elvira.
It's behind you.
Elvira? Yeah. 28.
28. She calms down. You're able to calm her down enough, and she kind of walks over. She's like, Ultra.
Aldra. Do I know that name at all?
No fuck.
No. It's okay. We're gonna find. Is Aldra your mom?
Yes.
We're gonna find Aldra. I have to get you out of here. It's very unsafe in here. We've got to get out of here first. Okay? I'm just trying to make sure my friend is gonna be okay, and then I'm gonna get you out of here. All right?
Okay. Well, I hope Millie's okay.
Millie's gonna be fine. I promise. Do you know Millie?
She's always in here.
She's always in here. Are you always in here too?
I'm always in here.
It's okay. We're gonna get out of here now. Okay? Everything's gonna be all right. Okay?
But I don't know any place else.
I know. It's okay.
At this point, the door violently kind of like opens as like
Hello.
Here's
So I'm in here holding up Millie, who I'm shoving potions down, and I've got this little girl under my arm, and I'm like, oh God, okay. and Saya's like, I don't belong here.
The scene is now again yours. You guys can do with whatever you want. The wreckage has been somewhat cleared, but you guys are in this scene and choose to be. So I'm playing a small girl.
So are we outside
or
the ship?
a slightly
No, we're inside.
Still inside the
You
ship?
just got
inside. The
Okay,
pieces are
okay.
separated enough. There's no worry.
Do we have any? Did you like make any telepathic bonds or anything like that?
Saya doesn't have that ability.
Okay.
No, she does. I do have telepathy. Well, I can.
Takeda can be in the scene if you would like. You
Otherwise,
guys,
it could have been that you were talking to.
I'm either a Millie with a concussion or a little
I
girl.
kind of
Eli
figured.
Jones.
I probably figured
Yeah.
that's what we did.
So
we
we
would
got
have
the ship,
probably
the
linked
wreckage
up, and I would have gone in. And you would
mostly
have been like, okay, go
Clear,
that way.
at least
go
not
that way, go
crushed
that way.
anyone.
Because
Not
I'm
crushing
ethereal.
anyone,
I'm
clear
uncle. I
enough
could go
where
through.
you can
And as long
release
as
the
there's darkness,
spell
I can be
and
in.
Okay.
enter the scene.
Turns out shipwrecks are a good source
We're
of darkness.
great, man. You've got like echolocation. That was amazing. Can you imagine how cool that setup would have been? I'd be like, ready?
God.
We're synced up. In we go. And she would have just fucking dived into the darkness. He's like, no, not that way. There, right there.
The big metal box.
Got it. But
I go
you,
through everything. I can't
you
tell.
would be the first one to hear
Yeah.
though. There's a little girl down here. There's a little fire genasi girl down here. She knows Millie.
I'm
I
not
don't-
seeing any fire genasi girls on the ship.
I'll reach the room where they're at and rush over to you. Where
Yeah, I'm holding little girl and Millie at this point. Pick one.
I just said, go to hold Millie. Like
Perfect.
also, like, who is
I don't know. She's looking for
Aldra?
Aldra. She's looking for someone named Aldra.
Never had anyone.
She
on
says
this
she's
ship.
always in this room.
Decade.
She apparently knows who we are.
Yes.
What is going on?
It's me.
Can we
leave this place before
I don't think this
get
is
her to safety before we have this conversation?
Yeah.
Let's look around. Do I see any sign of the stone? Any wreckage of the stone?
A lot of dirt and dust everywhere.
She's and
Chains
she's
that hang on to nothing.
and she's covered in
Yep.
stuff.
Yep. I know who she is.
That's good.
All right. Yes. Come on. Let's get out of here. We'll be somewhere safe.
How old is this little girl?
Maybe 8?
So I'm gonna carry her then.
Okay.
Sorry, if they're wounded, bring them here and I can heal them.
She's not hurt. Millie, I stabilized Millie, and that was where my expertise ended.
Guys, I'm amazed you got that.
I kind of am. I'm kind of surprised in myself. Okay.
So, dress me the scene. Where does this next scene take place? And with whom? Because a few hours have passed, so you can feel free to bring in what other character you believe is most appropriate, or if you feel like other characters still in the other scene, I'm still also okay with that as well.
And I would have eventually contacted the captain and let him know where we went to and
And I
the
can
state of the
I
ship.
can teleport us back. That's Movaes.
So, whatever the scene is, dress me up the scene. Where is it set at, and who are the actors in this scene?
Back at New Hope.
Probably.
Okay.
And I feel like
Lagan would be there for healing purposes, but not much else.
I feel like
Hope's
Saya-
gonna make it back.
Saya would probably be there for the purposes of recounting what happens. I can't imagine Movaes wouldn't be there too, though. Honestly.
Saya had the first, or probably the best view of it. Lagan
She
wasn't
did.
even there. And
Yeah. So Saya would be there to share what happened, and then
Okay.
I don't know what happened to the girl, the little girl.
Wherever you want her to be, she's an 8-year-old girl. Like, what is she doing? Where's she at? She's going to go with whoever. She doesn't seem to have any agency.
Do you? Oh, no. If she doesn't have any agency, Saya's gonna hold on to her.
Okay.
Like, there's no way that she would. She would.
Yes. So just hold on to her, comfort her.
Yeah.
It's very important.
Yeah.
You would learn at this point her name is Mika.
Mika. Okay.
Well,
Where are we, and who are the actors that are in it?
probably by the ship, still at the dock. Just
Smootragar is going to be going around and helping other people.
Okay. Okay. So, so who are you going to be in this scene?
Arnhem would be around because he
Okay.
would have been
Arnhem. Okay.
in town.
Arnhem
so,
in this scene.
yeah,
Okay.
Arnhem
I
will-
feel like Movaes would probably still be
Movaes
healing
is-
people.
Okay. Okay.
like she'd be there, but
Oh.
I feel like her.
There's a lot of people to help.
So I feel like her
there are-
focus
Back
would
in
be
L or here?
here.
Because there
No.
were soldiers in those ships.
Literally as soon.
She's going back to back to
Yeah, back
our
to
ship.
L.
Yeah, I'm saying that as soon as you got the message, I would be ready to teleport us back.
Okay.
So it's just whether it's your decision on whether we go help our crew or we keep helping these people. Movaes is.
You're not actually asking, are you?
I am.
Oh.
Movaes is going to want to help.
You need to spend more time on the ship. Let's go.
Okay, fine. Movaes would want to go back, but she's not going to leave you here.
Yeah,
I mean, a good Samaritan's
he can
part of a
get,
captain.
he can get
needs to
back
get
in
away.
also, but yes,
Okay.
absolutely bring him
Yeah.
with you
Okay.
because that would save him a lot of trouble.
Whoever you
Yeah,
want to
that's
be in the scene, you could be in the scene.
I'll probably stick with Saya.
Saya,
Movaes is
okay.
nearby. She's just focused on healing.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
people to help.
Yeah, Lagan and Movaes are off healing. He's
Yeah.
like a junior doctor, basically.
Perfect.
Right,
That's
right.
great. Then we probably know.
He's got medicine, restoration, healing spells. All
There you
that,
go.
So
We probably know each other pretty well
Yeah.
at this point. So.
they're not insane. They probably like each other just fine.
Okay.
But I'm playing my crazy one.
Okay.
It's fine.
So Captain Decadic, Arnhem, and
Saya.
are in the scene near the ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about our
Yes.
stuff in L? You said all the ships were broken in half and all that. Did we happen to get a look at crystals? What is their state?
I was gonna say, were there any random?
Are the crystals
burn-ins?
shattered? Are there?
You know what? I'll give you that. You've ran into a couple random Burnian people.
Genasi.
Just random Genasi.
Are they in the same state? They don't know, or
Are they children?
are they children? Yeah.
Mix. Some are adults. Some are children.
And they're not on fire either.
Not on fire. As you guys get here, I will let you guys roll a investigation check. Right.
Which characters are Movaes and the captain?
Let's say.
Movaes has got it.
Let's say Movaes. Right. Movaes, go ahead and make a check.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. All of these people that you have met so far are sorceress in nature and tied directly to the elemental bloodlines.
These people?
Yeah, specifically like divine souls.
Interesting.
Yeah,
We just
every
covered
single
that.
one is a divine soul tied to Gulasi.
Awesome.
Yes.
Well, before we ditch and head back,
Extort the people.
no. No.
It's not extortion anymore.
Each of them
Valid
No, it doesn't matter. Even, I mean, as
I
much
was-
there's problems everywhere. Movaes would want to get back, like, but I'll definitely put that in my pocket for something.
Yeah.
We've done what we can, but we have to go take care of our people.
We need to take care of our people.
So anyway, to set the
We'll be in
scene.
touch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Toodles.
Toodles. And then we walk into a tree. It's fine.
So the scene is yours. Feel free. I am. I guess a little girl right now. If you guys need me.
Well, Captain, it seems the crew has suffered no casualties. Fortunately, some bruises, some broken limbs, but we didn't lose anyone. I think I've figured out what precisely happened here. Back in L and probably all over the world at this point. Is the flying ships implied by the Majocracy and the like are all powered by ancient magical stones that provide the means of which to levitate said craft. Not many know this, but apparently said stones are technically the ancient petrified forms of ancient sorcerers whose power fuels the ships. And the fact that we have just purified Gulasi, and thus the blight of Burn has been lifted, and thus any curses afflicted upon anyone by that have been cleansed, I believe means that every stone in every flying ship has returned to its original state of being an ancient Burnian from the blight of Burn 300 years ago.
I'm definitely not letting this little girl go now.
Yes.
Suspect neither will the Majocracy's military. Every one of those children that came out of this are going to be under a lot of scrutiny.
Yes, well, not even necessarily children, but I think basically it's like if all the remains of those from Mount Vesuvius suddenly came back to life, essentially. They were petrified and
Previous sorcerers.
yes, possessing enough power with which they could be harnessed as such. Whether or not this was known at the time, if the true nature, or if it was just happenstance that they were gathered from Burn or wherever they were found, it's
History check.
Yeah.
I'm proficient in history.
Go for
Flying ships seems fairly notable. What might I know about, say, the inventor?
The Inventor. Yeah.
He's an elf. 200 years, good chance that guy's still alive.
You know, roll me. It's not going to be a high DC. Like, I'll give you some details depending on how high you get.
Thomas Edison.
I rolled very poorly. Let's see. With a nat 1, that gives us a total of 5.
You don't know who the Inventor is offhand. It was about 250 years ago. Is anyone else proficient in history to give him advantage on?
I am now.
I am too.
No.
Okay, you can roll with advantage then. Let's see.
22.
Arcanist. Arcanist Melbrook. Arcanist Melbrook is still alive. The Arcanist Melbrook is a gnome.
Oh, interesting. That fits.
How long do gnomes live?
Gnomes in my world are the mixing of dwarf and elvish blood.
Oh.
And they live about the halfway point, so about 450 to 500 years. No, sorry, 350 years. So he's old, very old, but still alive. He lives in the Thousand Towers of Hembrook.
Okay, which is in the Majocracy, so easier to get to. I guess by now we have multiple means of teleportation, so travel's not so much a problem. But as far as
Instead of our ship lagging behind us, it just doesn't follow us at all.
Yeah, it'll be here.
We've moved to a stationary base called the Hall of Justice.
it's basically
No, we're moving him.
basically the EMP apocalypse kind of event here, where the
need a
mode of
boat.
transport we've all depend on is now.
What am I even a captain of now?
We'll just
We have that sub. That's I
we
think
sank it, like we just
Oh, we
left
did?
it under. We didn't sink it. It goes underwater.
yeah.
We just left it underwater.
It's
outside of
Yes,
Quixote.
back
outside
at
of-
poison thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll say it's either by it or nearby it.
Underwater
We left it
pirates,
at.
go!
Hear me out. We free another Draco Lich, get a different boat.
Funny joke, Captain. Ha 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 ha.
You're right. Decadic frees another. Pointing at, like, looking at Mauvais, like, see, it's not me.
So that's another unforeseen complication of this. I
wonder if he worked with the Ageless Master. Also, L's still floating. We were there a bit longer, and I noticed a distinct lack of L crashing into the earth. I'm really curious what keeps that up.
Made during the Golden Age of Elves.
At least we haven't completely committed a genocide on anywhere besides Isle of Dread.
that we know of.
Yes.
And not our fault.
I'm sure if you stroll to the Majocracy and ask them the secrets
I guess
of how
Saya
L
is
flies,
she's
they'll be
probably
happy
less
to
judgmental
divulge
about
that.
this.
Yeah, way less judgmental.
Yeah,
It's
you
just-
killed him. It happens.
Accidents happen. People get in the way. Is what it is.
So we either need to get a new ship, or I'm not even gonna suggest repairing the Nostromo at this point. It's
I don't think there was any restoring the ship. I don't even know how we would restore it with some kind of flight.
I don't know if that brother, I don't know what he ever did with the original Enterprise. We sold our old boat to a guy. We
You did?
scammed him, basically.
Oh no.
So when we got our first boat, it was filled with corpses.
God.
Well, skeletons, technically, because we accidentally freed a Draco Lich. As you know.
Because accidents happen.
Yeah.
they do
We
have
totally have
There
that.
was a cool sword. Decade got the cool sword. Draco Lich happened.
Captain said I should grab the sword, so I grabbed the sword.
And anyway, it freed. It offered us something. We asked for a flying ship. It showed up with a bunch of skeletons on it.
They found the flying ship and killed everyone on board.
So we took the skeletons, put them in our old boat, and then sold it off for the bounty to the guy who was trying to get our crew.
Yeah, it's trying to get
basically.
us.
Yes.
So
Alright.
he sold it off
Yeah.
as we
Turnabout's
killed them
fair
all.
play.
Yeah.
I get it. It's fine.
Could we, with the Cauldron of Creation, fashion
That's an idea.
Ooh.
I
the
might
means to repair the
I
Nostromo,
might be able to
maybe?
use. Could have Movaes use the Cauldron of Creation to? Would we want to fashion a boat out of the Nostromo? Because I don't think I'm going to be able to restore the flying ability of this.
Probably not, but yeah, at least.
Could I use the Cauldron? Sorry.
Can I try to scry on the cloud giant castle that we? How's that, baby?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
God.
it's there. It's flying.
It's fine, just
Doing
fine.
great.
Sons of
Great.
bitches.
So hear me out.
We
Yes.
don't like that.
Yes.
What about the
I wanna hear
spaceship
you.
the
The answer
Ricasa
is
are flying?
yes.
Is that still flying in space?
Your
Oh.
vision flies out a long ways away. It's out there. It's
Oh,
flying. in the
man.
dead space.
See, that's powered by the Thunder Plane. We never did actually find out what powered the Storm Giant Castle. They are pretty wind magic and such related, so it wouldn't surprise me if that was that vein, but
Yes,
I
our
also
big
wouldn't be
billows down there
surprised
that
if they
just
also have a
swept
portal
below
to
the
the Thunder
castle
Plane
up
or
into the
something.
air.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna go, why settle for a side grade or a same grade? Why not upgrade? Depends on what Movaes' dear Cauldron is capable of and what faults her sense of good.
I think we need
So-
a vehicle before any extravagance like a
They're
castle.
talking about making a car. They're talking about robbing some guy. and taking his car.
Whoa, I'm talking about making. You know how they say you wouldn't download a car? I absolutely would. In this case, it's a flying sky castle.
Dude, I would totally do that too.
What is? Let's push the limits to this cauldron of creation and see what we can churn out of it. You know how many peasants are in the Hall of Justice's surrounding lands? How many phantons does it take to make a castle? 'Cause let me tell you, the sky's the limit as far as I'm concerned.
Oh my god.
Captain, you will not command my people to be your slave labor.
I don't
Close.
think
Thinking
sacrifice
more, yeah.
is-
Alright.
No labor required.
So I think the question is, does Movaes think that she could use the Cauldron of Creation to take the tattered remnant pieces of the Nostromo
Mhm.
and create a boat, right? A boat?
I mean, we could.
Yeah.
Some kind of a boat?
Feels.
You feel like you could make a ship.
Dirty
It's going to take a while, but you have the pieces to recycle,
Mm-hmm.
right? There is a shipwright in town. You could have somebody that tells you where to put the pieces.
I would have to have some kind of a architectural
Yeah.
blueprint to follow.
It would.
bunch of
You would be able to
platforms
make a whole
rolling in
ship. It would take weeks, but you could do it. You think maybe in 2 weeks you could make a ship with the cauldron and enough time? Because not only do you have to make the pieces, you kind of got to set them in place, right?
Now, is that any faster than having a ship commissioned?
Yeah, having a ship
Okay.
commission would take like years.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
oh,
know.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Making a ship takes years because you have to bend the wood,
Yeah.
and then the wood has to stay in place for like a season.
Okay.
Making a ship can take like a year.
So if you're
Go out and buy one, but that takes a lot of money, which I don't have anymore, thanks to this staff.
well, that's an option.
Magocracy's probably not selling any of their good ones at this point.
Probably
Seems like
not.
a safe bet.
You could relieve Davy Jones of his ship.
A bold choice. I'm mostly on board with it, but I don't know. Our last Lich, last very powerful Lich encounter
Yes.
didn't go great.
Either way, we had our movement hampered, and now the Bravaxis deadline that's weeks away seems like it's coming up a lot faster. It'll take a lot longer to get to.
Unless I can teleport us wherever we need to go.
But for
I
a
mean,
mission like that, we're going to leave the rest of our crew behind off in another country.
And as Movaes, if you bring that request to her, then she would relay back that I think I can take the pieces of the Nostromo and fashion us a boat, but I'll need help. I don't know the first thing about creating a boat, so I'm gonna need someone who knows what we need, and they'll have to help me visualize what it needs to look like and do.
Shipwright.
The shipwright, yep.
a good friend of ours would probably be happy to pitch in.
I just need someone
Dear
to help with.
Rutherford.
I just need help with visioning.
Oh yeah.
Rutherford probably knew our ship the best.
Rutherford
What
is
the
a shipwreck.
fuck did you do to it,
Also,
Captain?
don't tell them that it's gone. Just tell them we're making a second
Oh,
one.
my baby! Oh, my poor baby! Oh, what did they do here? Oh no! Oh no!
You may have a heart attack.
Okay.
Make sure your resurrection abilities are around
Oh
here.
shit! There were 2 engines to that ship. Okay.
So knowing that there are other
Because
ways.
Rutherford had his own mini one.
Yeah, because he had the.
We had the mini
scooter.
rowboat. The
Oh, yeah,
the-
Is that there or was that with Rutherford?
we had it complete. It'd be with the boat because it was basically our boarding ship. Is what it turned into.
Yeah, it was like a.
To not take the whole boat somewhere, we take the littler boat in, just like
It was like
you
a
know,
dinghy, basically. A dinghy,
Okay.
basically.
a dingy.
So an addendum, just to let you know, you have
2.
there are 2 people. It's a much older gentleman, right? Maybe late. Let me see. The Burnians live a little bit longer, but the equivalent of like a 75-year-old man. But in Burnian terms, so maybe like 145, 155.
You should take these burn-ins, throw them in the cauldron of creation.
No.
Wind elemental type, but obviously another sorceress person. He's more with it, right? He just kind of looking around, and he just kind of seems a little lucid at the moment.
Oh, so we have 2 now.
So there's 2. I
Yeah,
forgot
the
there was a
dinghy
second
actually had a
engine.
smaller one, another one too that would have been with our ship also. So there would have been 2 of those things.
So we have 2 of them.
You have
We
2
have a
of them.
wind,
And
wind.
this guy you didn't notice because he just kind of walked out of the woods and just kind of like has just been walking around
Mhm.
and just kind of like staring at people and then just kind of like turning his head and then just kind of looking and walking somewhere else. Just lucid.
I'm gonna say Saya won't notice, but Mavez might.
Okay, sure.
'Cause,
Mulvey's notices.
Of the group of us, she's the one out
Yeah.
helping people while this conversation's happening.
Yeah.
So where is he walking to? Like,
He's just walking around, just aimlessly, just kind of like looking at people. Just kind of like shakily, kind of walking around, kind of like he's testing his feet. And
so she
walks
would.
around towards another area.
So Mavez would probably go up to him immediately. Mavez does not speak Burnian. It would start in common because she doesn't know.
Okay.
I'm gonna go through the gambit of the languages that I know.
Can you
Yeah.
shapeshift into an elemental?
He knows like
I
one
can.
language.
It probably knows one of those.
I'm gonna give you
Might.
all the languages you're knocking out. He's not speaking.
All right, I'm gonna bring him. Does Mavez know about the little girl, the little Burnian girl that's here? I assume she does.
Presumably, she
So
would
then
have
she's gonna bring
shown.
this guy. She's just gonna gesture for him to come with her,
Okay.
and she's gonna bring this guy over
Okay.
so that Saya can talk to him.
Right.
So
So he's in this scene as well. If you need to talk
Okay.
to him.
all right. So Saya is so Mavez comes up with this.
All the birds we had in our crew are dead.
So
We have new Burnians.
so the first thing Mavez would do is make sure he's not injured.
Doesn't seem injured.
When he's not injured, she's gonna just bring him over, present him to Saya, and she's gonna immediately go and start helping other people at that point.
Take this.
Yes,
Bye.
here you go. And so Saya, who has this little girl that she's hanging on to, is gonna be like, "There's another one. Can you understand me?" She's speaking in Burnian.
I can understand you.
Are you okay?
I haven't been able to move my legs or my mouth in a long time. I've just been staring out and years. I mean, I don't know how many years I spent. Sometimes there were men there. I could hear them. I'd scream out to them that they wouldn't hear me. And I could hear them talk. I didn't know their language. I felt them put their magic inside of me. I felt my magic being drawn out of me all the time, like leeches letting my blood. I spent so many years in the dark with nothing but the sound of skittering, screaming, and then there was light again, and then that one was there, and others, and the skittering, screaming thing went out the door, and then I was put in a box for a long time. And then I was brought out by attached, and I felt my people letting my blood again and pulling my magic out of me, pushing their magic into me, pulling me out and pushing it in. And now I can speak and walk. I don't know how much time has passed.
What do you remember from the last time you were able to speak and walk?
Oh, you speak Burnian too?
I can speak all tongues.
Thank goodness. Kasai's
I was praying at the temple.
She gets some.
I'm
Wagon just pokes her.
I'm just a
Comments
keeper
here.
of the grove in Allenstein.
Does Allenstein mean, like, does that ring a bell?
Knowledge, history. You're not Burnian, so it's going to be a higher DC.
21?
21. That's within the blight of Burn.
Okay.
It's
Still,
a-
currently, it's still
Yeah,
still is the city now.
it's a township within the blight of Burn.
Okay.
Oh, that's burning right now.
Good question.
So you said something about a skittering. Was that from when you could speak and walk? That was when you could not.
No. No. I remember being in the grove, unable to speak and move. The world looked strange around me. The trees looked wrong. I heard screams, but I couldn't do anything. I was just frozen. Like you're sleeping and you can't move. You're aware of everything around you all the time.
Decadic. I would probably link us telepathic. Do you speak all languages too?
No.
Okay, so then we probably we would be telepathically linked up, and I would be translating while he's speaking.
I'll just make this easy. Just do a tongues on that dude.
Okay, we cast tongues on him while
Yeah,
he's talking.
I'm done. Let's see you guys interpret. It's like, no.
Yeah, he's having people cast spells on him regardless if he's captain.
As you cast magic on him, he just kind of goes, "Not anymore, not again."
It is okay. We are just trying to better understand what's going on. It's
Magic on me.
we only want to help.
Resting the state.
Help us to understand what we can do for you and how you got to where you are.
Just remember men coming to the grove. I was so happy when they came. I thought they would wake me up. That they would do whatever's been done to me. I was just stuck. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. I could just scream, and no one heard me. I saw people run. They took me. They put me in a boat. They put me in a room, and they tied these metal things to me, and then all I knew was just this room.
Outside of not in character right now, we the crew is those men, right? Because we were the one that put the
For this
thingy
one,
together.
we would be.
No, he seems to be talking about the original time when he was in Burn. People came to wherever he was in Burn, uprooted him
Okay.
in his stone form, brought him out of Burn to somewhere else,
Okay.
and then put him in a room, which is I am describing the room that all the floating stones with all those metal things attached to him would be in. He's describing the process of being uprooted out of Burn.
Because technically,
Put in a room.
it probably would have been a part of another ship before it was a part of our team.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it
okay,
was.
okay.
It was a part of the ship because you guys got it from a shipwreck because it went to the fallen lands of Valishdana, where it got infected by that monster creature, killed the entire crew, and then for 100 years he was stuck in the dark.
Then he
with
killed
nothing
us
but a
with Violet
skittering
Dread.
whore.
God,
Okay.
he was a space jockey. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
right.
Okay. Now
So,
I'm on board.
Anyway, back. I'm giving it context.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't know. But I can move. Am I going to be turned to stone again?
No, you won't be turned to stone. You are safe here.
She wanted to be.
Compared to those other places, yes, very much.
It won't be the same kind of stuff.
Captain, kindly shut up.
Do you recognize this child?
Small Burnian child. He's gonna like speak at her like, "Are you all right?" And she just kind of hugs
Me.
you tighter.
So she'll pat her on the head, and she'll nod. She's just scared.
I do not know this child. We're not acquainted. But my memory is fuzzy. I spent so much time alone in the dark, I sometimes forgot who I was. I've spent more time screaming in the dark than I ever spent alive. And that's all I know.
Like I've mentioned, you are safe here. There's a town of New Hope that you can stay in until you decide to do something different.
What land is this?
We're in Forellis.
Human Empire.
Yes.
Is Grigaldon still attacking Gullisea? And Burn?
It
Is the war over?
That
They've
there-
settled down a bit. Forellis, no, they're not at war.
Grigaldon is still fighting.
Grigaldon and Forellis are at peace now because
Right.
they left. They
That's
left
right.
the alliance.
Yes. And I believe there was something about Gullisea that had happened before. I'm not sure what's occurred.
Yes, this. You've been asleep for about 300 years. A terrible curse befell Gullisea, your god, that afflicted the land and cursed some of its people, such as yourself and this poor child. But she has been restored. The curse has been lifted. There are still Burnians in the world to this day, living in freedom even.
Question. Would we have brought the fire genasi back with us?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
The Flame Warden?
The
I
Flame
assume she
Warden.
hung out with us, unless she decided not to.
Unless she refused to come back.
No, she would
Movaes
have came
would've
back
brought her.
so she can
She
enter.
probably would have shown
So let's
up
say
to
she
us to
wasn't in
help.
the scene yet and she's just coming into
Yeah.
the scene.
Also, probably doesn't like looking at Aragar currently, Smoot. Holding on to the Codex and watch it just shatter at the.
Oh,
She's probably not
yeah.
pleased with you, whether or
Yeah.
not.
If only
that's your
I'd been
fault.
holding on to it, I wouldn't have let it
She's still
tremble.
holding a sack of ash in her right
Baggie
hand.
of ash.
I just remembered that she was still in existence, but she would have been helping us heal
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
So let's say she's just walking into the scene now,
Okay.
kind of just looking around, saying, "All right, I think I've helped as many people as I possibly can. What's the next steps? What is all this madness?"
This madness is the blight of Burn being cleansed. And those who were afflicted by its curse and turned to the stones used for the construction of flying ships have been restored.
Pardon? What? This is the stone business again. What are you speaking of?
It would appear that the stones that have been in the Carthalian flying ships are actually ancient Burnians.
What?
Like this
The
one
case in
and
point.
that one.
I thought they were members of your crew.
No.
The-
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
yes.
technically, in a
Technically,
way,
yes.
I
most important
Rude
member of our
children,
crew.
typically.
They've been around longer than most
of
of my
us.
characters.
how's this?
Actually, all of them.
No, we didn't have a flying ship
We
when
didn't?
Strom showed up.
Okay.
How's
He
this,
was there with us. When
how is
this
this possible? What?
It sounds like the manufacturing of these flying ships was done sourcing ancient Burnian souls that had been turned to stone, and that was leveraged to create the technology that is these flying ships. And now that Golasi has been cleansed, her children have been restored. And you are looking at 2 people who have been restored as a result.
Oh, no. No.
We
I
saw
was.
you saw Burnians.
I saw the high priestess in my temple get turned to stone. I thought it was just a part of the blight.
Your high priestess will have been restored wherever she is now.
Nessa, my. She was fire blighted. She was part of some of our people have strong ties with the elementals, with Golasi themselves. They're anointed. This man and this child possibly are some of the anointed. They're saying the anointed ones were turned to stone. It makes sense. They were sorcerous magic. They're tied directly to the elements. And the Magocracy was just using them to make their flying ships.
They may not have understood the true nature.
They better not, or blood is going to flow.
I think the point is that someone may have known the true nature, and maybe we need to go spend time to find out. Side quest!
Prolonging
Fly our
the
ship
end of the
there.
game.
Yes, let's fly our ship there.
You think you still got it in you?
Never mind.
So,
To walk there.
if I may, first cleric, it would seem the first duty presented to you for Golasi is to help gather these lost anointed once more, resettle your homelands and burn.
I need to go back to El. There were many Burnians.
There were many that were there.
Oh, no. I just thought that they were passengers. People needed help. I didn't understand.
You should tell Movaise.
Mhm.
She could take you back.
I'm going to go talk to Movaise right now. Movaise!
Okay.
All right.
Still have this child. This is
Listen.
This is fine.
We don't
You,
know his name.
Yes,
He might have said it. I don't care.
Mika.
This is Mika,
Mika,
but
the
the
old man,
yeah.
the wind man.
Yeah, actually, you guys never asked his
We
name.
never did.
Yes.
It's a brief pause of listen. You.
My name is Illis.
Yes.
I-
We can all empathize with you. Well, maybe not all of us, but many of us can empathize with your terrible tale of being taken in chains and forced to do things, kept in a room for a while. Many of our crewmates here spent a time as slaves, but nothing that sounds as horrible as what you went through. Like they said, the smooch will allow you all to stay here. There was also a large number of gems in our ship that are undoubtedly in the bay now that we can probably spare some to help you get your life back on track.
I would like to go home. I would like to be back in the grove.
You probably don't want to yet.
Burn will be in chaos as everyone restores and reawakens.
Also, a cult has a very strong presence there.
What about
There may or may not be a demon sheep still running around there.
what about my family? My grandchildren.
There was at least one on there.
How long did
I don't know if they all died or if that worked out.
Not that long.
Okay.
What about my grandchildren?
We
My daughter?
we may
They might be.
you may still be able to find your descendants.
Probably a spell for that. Locate bloodline.
I think the best course of action for now would be for you to stay here. We are working to cleanse the land of Burn.
I will stay here. Is there a grove?
There is
There it is. Smooch.
a very fine one.
I would like to, if I can, stay in the grove. I don't want to be in a room. I don't want a
Makes sense.
ceiling. I don't want to see a ceiling again.
Fair enough.
I will go to the grove and I will tend to it and I will commune and I want to see the sky again.
Despite being a
I haven't
human
seen
country,
stars in
there's
so long.
many different races here, so you won't stick out any more especially than anything else. It's a bit of a melting pot here.
I got that covered.
He's gonna
Sticking out part.
He's gonna tremble
too.
and kind of
Yeah.
walk towards
Right.
the direction. So the scene is
Bunch
again
of
yours.
freaks. You're fine.
Leash and a
Hobgoblin.
hobgoblin. Yeah, we're good.
Hobgoblin.
We're good. We got this.
Yes.
We got the crazy.
I mean, we got 2 smooths, 1 human, 1 lizard.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
sorry, who are you right now?
Aragorn. No,
Yeah.
Arnhem.
Oh, no,
okay.
that's
Sorry, I thought you were
Yeah.
Aragorn.
No, he's
Sorry, I
out.
missed that. Okay.
Yeah. He's the guy playing the guy playing another
Yeah,
guy.
Smootragar is going and helping the people.
You have so many people.
It sounds more like a fusion, like.
Right. Fusion.
So the scene is still yours. Let me know where you guys go in transition. He will walk off towards the grove. You
How
guys
about the
still
child?
here. She is curled up. Yeah, next to her.
You
She's
gonna
not
keep it?
going anywhere.
Yeah.
Captain.
You
the
can't
moment-
eat the children.
For the
didn't
moment,
want-
I am definitely going to keep her.
It's fire, right? Do spicy for my.
Captain, she is essentially the Nostromo.
Yes.
We would not have come as far as we have if not for her. I think the least we can do to repair that is to look after her and see to it she remains safe.
I think I was gonna offer our loot to a nobody.
At least until we can find, hopefully, her family.
Hopefully, yes.
Speaking of which, I desperately need to get something out of the bay that can't fall into the wrong hands. So.
So you go off towards the bay. There are 2 geese just kind of floating in the water.
Oh god.
Yes, Mr. Quackers.
They're alive, both geese.
They're ducks, damn you.
Ducks.
Mr. and Mrs. Quackers. My
So-
breakfast
Okay.
supplies.
What are you looking for in the bay?
I definitely did not take. We now have a second one from the tower, but my Heart of the Tempest, it was on the boat.
Okay, yeah.
That needs desperately to be recovered.
Okay, you got it.
There's a bunch
Oh,
of other.
is
There's
it
a
the
lot of
photo?
money worth of valuables and
It-
other things down in the bay.
So we'll say that is your long rest worth of effort of constantly going back in the water like, I found more gold!
I feel like that's going to be, we're
There's-
going to be moving into some downtime, I feel
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
and that's going to
Yeah.
be largely what we're doing while
My
Moses
main
is-
priority is getting that to make sure it doesn't disappear because that is
Yeah, we need
an
to.
important thing to not be without.
And I'm sure we get also people from the town to help too.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
You're forbidden to take it. It lives in the lake.
What
This
does-
Hall of
what
Justice
does
will
the
known as having the most
Flame
valuable
Just
lake.
come and ask Movaes
I
at this
love it.
point.
the Flame Warden, she wants to get back to Elle as soon as she can.
Okay, I will.
Get as much as she can, and if you can, after she's done grabbing who she can, she wants to try to find a way to secure some kind of teleportation circle to get them all back to somewhere close near Burn, maybe Burn Tower, which hard for Movaes, maybe like, but in L, there's
I'm
bound
sure
to be
they've got
somebody who can
resources.
like, yeah. She's just
So-
gonna need somebody to help her get to L, because right now, L is very difficult to get to if you don't got a flying broom.
Well,
We
so-
have the teleportation circle knowledge. We were granted that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were.
But I also have my druidic ability that will allow
Right.
me to go back to where
Yeah,
we were. So I can use that to take her back immediately,
right,
and then I can giant eagle her down
right.
to where everyone is,
Okay.
and Movaes would stay with her
Yeah.
until.
So- We'll say this first long rest part is basically Movaes kind of getting people, and
Ferrying
getting her to
right.
back to Burn Tower with some survivors, and
Yep.
maybe so she can carry word. Okay.
Yep, and I can dream that night to
Yeah.
probably to Kadik, and let you know, because I'm assuming I won't be back that night.
Yeah.
I'll be doing this for a while, and let you know what we're
Okay.
doing with the Burnians. these Golden Age
Yeah.
Burnians.
Before we get too far, what's the player's intent for whatever you guys want to do next with this new things that have happened?
I have two things that I'm focused on. One,
Okay.
I want to help with these survivors. So I'll be assisting. What is her name? Ileana. What is her name?
Alanis.
Alanis. I'll be
Alanis.
assisting Alanis as
Okay.
much as I can with, because this is important to her too.
Right.
She'll be assisting her with these survivors, getting as many people together, safe, wherever they need to go, wherever Alanis wants to take them.
Okay.
The second thing is I need to figure out this acorn.
Yeah. Okay. So, both worthy goals.
Yes.
Okay. And what's the party's intent as well? For like, obviously, are they moving into downtime? Like, what do you guys want to tackle next? Right.
I have a couple questions.
Okay.
One, you said going to like the Tower of Burn or near it. Does anyone live in Burn still, I guess? We knew the Temple of Elemental Evil was there, and there was a lot of
Yes.
Yeah.
Casturians. Is there actually, like, is the Tower of Burn okay, or is that effectively saying we would like to go commit
Burn-
suicide over here?
No, Burn Tower is on an island. So there's a series of major islands off the coast.
Yeah.
That's where all the Burnian people live. They're mostly coastal people now and island people. That's why they're the best sailors, because the last 300 years, they've had to become the best sailors.
It's the Japan of...
Yes. It's become the Japan. Imagine like China became uninhabitable and everyone had to move to Japan. They could never go back to China, right? You all of a sudden get really good at ship stuff and living on islands and that kind of thing.
So it probably also means that the temple back in Kusan, Maladek, the mad Burnian priests, probably no longer mad anymore.
Ooh, now that's interesting.
I'm sorry, where?
Remember we were sneaking into the temple and we had to get past because the followers, those who were still following Golossi when she was corrupted, were like basically like mad priests.
Okay.
Essentially. That's why I had to like go through like underground and that tunnel and stuff, and
Yeah.
they had all
Okay.
like Bakme.
I guess
was
I forgot
technically
they
one of
were
them.
corrupted or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Bakme is.
He's permadead, yeah.
He's been purified.
Yes.
So.
He's in purified.
I guess.
So I guess you can. That's another thing is I can by like messaging them or like the Burnians that we worked with, like Kaylin, like did pull off the heist, like let them know that hey, there's a bunch of lost Burnians out there in the world. Like keep an eye out and see if you can like help them as you come across them. Like try to like gather the flock again.
Fun fact, Zorsan is not the only person on the crew now who has benefited directly from slavery.
Well, there you go. That's
That's
accurate
Ha!
and
No more holier than thou!
We didn't know.
I love it.
how American of you.
American.
God damn.
you woke liberals criticizing me this whole time.
It's your cis
Shut
white
the
male
fuck
privilege,
up.
Cassie.
Cis white male privilege. What? I'll take the cis white privilege, I guess.
Hey, we're not going to gender you however you want to.
That's right. Wherever I want to fall on that spectrum.
Okay, so like, what am I
Gender is
reading
your
here?
choice,
Like,
it's
any
my
other
choice, it's
questions
your choice.
that can help kind of give you an idea of what you're going to do next, or go for? Because
It's a
then that
good
gives you an
question.
idea of like how much time we have to deal with and like these downtime scenes.
Yeah, because
So like a couple days? Are we talking about like a month? Like
Well, we know it's going to take Maves a couple of weeks to build a ship, to
Right.
build us a boat.
yeah,
That's a big point of contention for Zorksan. He's not a captain of anything right now, except for, I guess, people, if they still respect that.
Yeah, you're not wriggling out of responsibility here, Captain. Come on.
Thank God.
Yes.
anything for
Everyone else is getting keeps, but I have a boat, and the boat's gone.
Aragar, Smutragar is going to try to find some gear. Whether he's pilfering Smoot's old gear or just asking people in town for
gear?
Yeah, he basically needs armor and a weapon.
Okay.
And get a staff of defense from our shipwreck.
So you're looking for weapons and armor. You're looking to gear up.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we looking at here? What's the next big plot you guys want to go after? That might give us an idea of like what you want to do.
In-game calendar.
I'm still okay with anything you want to go for, right? So, These were just the two weird nuggets I knew were gonna come up.
In game, we have 27 days until the Bravaxis, when he tries to ascend in Valoris. So, depending on how long the ship takes to get repaired or to get a new ship, we might not have the time to go hunting for Titans to free beforehand.
Right. Is Decadic able at all to contact his great-grandfather, X-Infinity?
And Korskoff the
In-law.
Infinite?
Yeah. Just asking for time-related things / Codex knowledge, depending on how much he's willing to talk to you, if that's an option at all. Especially if it's time something breaking a Codex. He seems like someone who might have an idea.
Possibly. I was also thinking, and I don't know if Neil remembers this, but like way back when he finally did beat Oswald, it's like the bit where like Oswald was like still like kind of like a part of his mind. He's kind of like struggling with that. Like I don't know if that's like.
Oh, where he? Yeah.
So I don't know if he has his someone in his head who's done time shenanigans like that to maybe like confer with to like maybe figure out more like if perhaps Oswald's also had dealings with this Verjax fellow or not. Obviously it's something for Neil to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another good idea. Of course, got there. I was gonna say, don't make me try to rewrite the timeline. You know, shit happens when we rewrite the timelines. Of like, it's like before we cure colors. Listen, tell everybody in the world, land your ships. They're in the sky, no reason.
That's thinking small. You go back and stop the Blighted Burn in the first place. If you're gonna mess with the timeline and screw things up, why settle for the little things?
Go big or go home.
Yeah, half of us were never even born because of the way history has changed. And
Probably.
yeah.
Peace at last. The peace of non-existence.
Galaxy is ruled by the tyrant Mekob. That is on spread across the world.
Oh.
You blew it up!
Samuel! Alright.
It might be worth taking a day trip or two and visiting the esteemed creator of flying ships, see if he knows or doesn't know anything about it.
Yes. And obviously,
I would imagine that he would at least have some kind of knowledge of, oh shit just happened. I'm just fucked up.
I'm afraid
big
your
time.
warranty is expired.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mageocracy, no refunds.
What?
Taxi backsies.
Yeah.
And whether or not he knew,
Yeah.
he actually knew what these things were, or however many people in the Mageocracy, they're probably not gonna relinquish their former engine so well. So that's gonna be.
Which
That makes
Atlantis
sense.
may be running into some trouble for that.
So yeah, it's
Who wants to start a war?
I'm trying to think with like.
Actually, Mageocracy is in a sore spot now. There's no way flying ships were in a good part of their power.
Yep.
And that's kind of gone.
That's
Mm.
true.
And they are in a multi-front war already.
with the Thayans, yeah. So
Yeah,
I think-
their one big advantage is gone now in the war.
I mean, they have the other advantage of being mostly a fucking wizard country. But,
So
Yeah.
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 Oh, she's so happy.
So
Oh, you would just.
Elle
she
is
just
back to
loves
being
you.
the safest city in the
Come on, baby.
Mageocracy.
Come on, get
for the time being.
Lobar.
So thinking, and this could maybe be like downtime stuff, but maybe
So this is downtime leading up to eventually you guys doing like what's the next big like plot that was on your thing like how much
probably
the Bravaxis
Bravaxis
thing.
is
So this
just-
is leading up to like those like 2 weeks, the ship being down, then maybe downtime as you guys sail up and grab the stuff and then go to. What's your rough plan for that? Like just going to the capital of Forellis, flying there. So not flying.
or sailing there.
Sailing there, or are you guys gonna just kind of build the ship, get that ready, send it there, and then teleport, or like what? Or you're sending the ship off to deal with to go ahead and head off when you're done with the
It's just gonna be
Bravaxis
a
thing.
ship.
That you're gonna take the ship and send it off towards the Isle of Dread.
Is our sail recoverable? Our fancy
Yes.
silver
The
sail
fancy silver sail is
Nice.
totally recoverable.
made us faster. need to know.
So, like, what's your plan? Is the plan to build the ship and send it off towards the capital Forellis, or are you sending it off towards the Isle of Dread so that you guys can then teleport to the ship and have something that you can move around in to get to those areas, like the whirlpool of water thing and like other stuff?
Oh, right.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm just trying to like.
getting it built and sent off to Isle of Dread is probably our best choice. It's not like sneaking into Forellis is going to help us any more than
Yeah. If
anything
anything,
else.
we don't want to announce that we're getting there since they know we were coming. Ooh. That can be our cover for.
we're running behind schedule, dear.
Yes.
It seems our ship is.
Smoot's
broken
wife.
in half.
Every single ship has fallen from the sky in a great catastrophe, but Smoot is fine, both of them. So we'll be delayed, but we will be coming to rescue you in about so I guess stay tight. Yeah, or some such.
I
Did you tell them
gladly.
all the ships
I
broke
gladly
immediately?
anticipate your arrival. Did you say that all the ships fell from the sky?
It's yes, apparently some great catastrophe has struck the world. But don't worry, you're still in Smoot's heart, and he still pines to rescue you from the clutches of the dungeon. So just be brave for him until we come to rescue.
Oh, it's the damn hag.
The hag,
That's
yeah.
what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
You're
So
keeping
it's
up
right.
the
I'm
front.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
It's like, did I miss an episode?
What did I sleep through? Like, what did I miss here? Did she get kidnapped or something again?
We thought she did.
Yeah.
Turned out she wasn't.
Sadly,
For quite a while.
A lot happens every game.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so we're looking at we're basically looking at like a 2-week downtime followed by maybe like a lead up downtime to whatever you guys are planning to do in the capital Forellis. I know you guys plan on getting the cross, that big metal cross, and you're going to use that to deliver. And I'm not sure what exactly the plan of that is outside of,
We hadn't gone that far. I think.
You were going to use them to poison him somehow, and I wasn't here for that, so
We
I'm
were
still.
going,
yeah.
we were going to put the poison
So-
on the cross.
Yeah.
So that might be a plan you guys come up with. So let's do that 2-week downtime, and then based off that, then you guys have a couple weeks to kind of put a plan into motion of like, how are you guys actually gonna kick off the, messing with the whole, because it's a part of a big ritual where he is trying to absorb a codex.
Yeah, because the poison, we applied the poison to the cross in order to weaken him even further, because that's like his most vulnerable state.
It was that sweet poison we got from
As
the
for
Fallout area.
everything up to that, we hadn't really come up with any plans for as far as infiltrating whatever that might be. A little mini heist we have to figure out too,
Okay.
because there's also, apart from the royal guards, there's like 3 hags who are trying to betray Gravaxis so they can raise the vampire daddy or whatever.
So, 2 weeks. I got some stuff from you already, a little bit. So you want to build the ship, that perfectly doable.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
With that, and you want to investigate the nut,
This acorn, yeah.
the acorn, and you want to help some people. That's good
Yeah.
for Moves.
Yep.
What about the other character?
Saya is going to be taking care of this little girl.
Okay.
That has become her everything at this point. She
Okay.
probably sleeps with this little girl. This little girl probably hangs out with her.
Okay.
Whatever Saya's ship duties are,
Mm-hmm.
she's doing it with this 8-year-old. So,
I'll have some stuff for that.
Okay.
And what about the captain? What the fuck are you doing?
It's a good question. I'm at a bit of a loss.
I guess I don't have ship duties.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's
we
like,
don't have a ship.
There's a
So-
extended shore leave apparently.
Perfect. That's what we're doing. She's literally like finding kid things for this kid to do.
If
That's
Saya
what it
needs
is.
some help
Smooth's
too,
trying to
Lagan
find a
can
way to
effectively
get to a
co-parent
place
with
called
her.
Wonderful. We will be-
Tijuana.
Lagan is would be very
Amazing.
concerned with small child. So,
Wonderful. That's
Island
what
along
we're
the
doing.
Chappaquiddick.
What is Lagan? Is he human?
Halfling.
Oh God!
He's a real fat halfling.
Tall mommy Lichet and
Right.
short
He prefers to be called a short king.
king.
He's almost as wide as he is tall.
Round
He's a
God.
stout mofo.
Yes.
Oh my god, this is
He
beautiful.
doesn't even need to
You know
walk
what? He wasn't
downhill.
on
He
the
just
ship.
rolls.
He was at a tavern eating food.
Perfect. That's
It's
fine.
like, what's his name? Thud Butt from Hook, basically.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
He'll help Smoodagar
Okay.
do some shopping, teleport to different places, and be teleporting around it, find out what's going on, and also basically doing general digging for information. How is this shaking up the world? Does it
Good
seem
lord.
like anyone's moving quicker than expected on things? Any word of burn?
Okay.
Also, I need to go back to L and see what reward I can still get out of them.
Okay. Okay.
The Angel's Master's not underneath the city anymore.
Mhm.
It's true.
They're welcome.
They're welcome.
You're welcome. That's funny.
So if I have time in between that, I could some downtime stuff I could train for, but that's my general.
Okay. So you're helping him gear up and maybe trying to collect what rewards you can from the
That
other thing. Okay.
Information on the world and what's happening, basically.
That's smart.
Okay. What about your character?
For Decadic, I think with anything that's happened, some diplomacy is maybe needed. So I think it would get in touch with his father, the Red Razor. Tell him in on. Yes, Dad, I did have something to do with this. Yeah, it's not my fault though. Okay, like, and
Surprised we didn't see him already showing up to blame you.
right. And
Or Decadic.
seeing if I can't
We
get.
accept you, Decadic. We do.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He does too. He just is physically incapable of ever showing it.
I get it.
And yeah, seeing if I can, using our political ties, since we're both kind of higher ups in Varissia, seeing if we can have any sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like talking with, like negotiating with the Majocracy of Thal, like being like, hey, we know you're in a tight spot here. You've lost your flying ships here. We want to help you, and we also want to help these Burnians that you had no knowledge of, right? And not keep them against their will. And I don't know, maybe even this would be way off, but maybe finding like some way of like, you know, establishing like a colony, like or like an old city that's still standing that they can start rebuilding in, like just like fortifying, so that, you know, no other countries try to like get there before they can get back home to, you know, plant a flag and claim it's their own, like any Gizzard.
Okay. And I think that's everybody. So
Small addition.
Yeah.
With my true polymorph, I'm gonna make a few clay golems to live and help in this area in general
Okay.
and protect the Hall of Justice.
okay. Couple clay golems walking around town, keeping the peace.
They're twins.
Had to find some
Form of a dragon! Form of ice!
Found some big old carts. That's good.
Okay. What do they look like? Just two giant humanoid clay golems, or
Pretty much,
snake
yeah.
people clay golems, or
Oh yeah, snake people, much better. I need my influence to be around.
gigantic, large, Quicksavins, right? Very much look like the captain, I'm guessing, right? So you have statues of yourself in town.
And they have shorter tails.
Okay, so first things first. So for helping people, roll me a. I just roll me an insight check, right? Roll me that.
For who? Me?
You. Yeah. I'm gonna do Move's first.
28.
28. Okay. So gain 45 concordance from helping out people and basically helping the Burnian faith.
I switch back to Move's here. So 45 concordance.
45 concordance. Additionally, you want to know what that acorn is.
Yeah, I'm pretty invested in that thing.
That acorn is a spark of divinity.
Spark of divinity.
A spark of divinity.
Okay. What does that mean?
Essentially has two uses. And you could foresee there's more it could do, right? Well, one, you could use it as a fuel source, right?
Mhm.
And you could restore a 5th level spell easily. Boom. 5th level spell, restored instantly, probably once per short rest. As you kind of pull off the divinity, and you can utilize it that way as an item. Second thing you could do, you could plant it. You could plant it.
We know.
Sit grip.
We know that's what I'm gonna do
Right.
with it.
And that would definitely create a grove instantly. That would be a 5-point grove.
Plant it in Smoots Grove and make it a mega grove.
No.
Just double stack it.
Not only would it create a 5-point grove, it might garner some bonuses for you to utilize. Third, you could eat it.
Give it to Mikey, he'll try anything.
Mikey, you like
It's
that?
it's consumable.
But I have no idea what it'd do if I ate it.
No idea.
You
Probably
guys.
won't be bad.
You guys.
Instead of a Dark Lord, you would have a queen!
As powerful as all will love me and no despair.
This may surprise you. Orxan is going to egg you on to eat it.
Listen, Cassie wants to eat it, okay? Cassie very much wants to eat
Zorksan
this.
wants more
wants you
base
to
to
eat it too.
I really want to eat it.
I think I can speak for Neil and say he wants you to eat
I
it too.
really want to eat it. I really badly want to eat it.
And if it would make Moves happy, we can have an argument about the subject of souls.
I really badly want to eat it.
Just eat it then. Tell you what, you.
Here's my dilemma.
Cassie's.
Plant mine. My gift from Golisina. Here's the problem. Moves would not eat it. Moves would plant it. She would want to create a grove that would create a
Feed it to
more
her.
that would create a more continuous life cycle back to Gulisi. Is the way that she would see that.
Does she want to take it back to Burn then?
What if?
That's what I'm thinking.
What if
Going back to Burn and doing it there.
You might want to
eating the acorn gives you power to create?
But Moves doesn't really covet power. Like
Well, yeah, but if you
Yeah,
can
it sickens
create
Zorksan
more,
to his core.
I know it does. I really want to eat it though, you guys. Like
you're so
I want to eat it so bad. I'm dying. I want to eat it so
Well, if
bad.
you sleep really soundly and don't protect it that well, we can prank you.
No. I want to eat it so
You
bad.
ate your groove. Congratulations, you're a groove now.
Raina prepared this pie for you. You want to
Oh,
hope
it's
you
there.
It's not
enjoy
even
it.
hidden in it. It's just like right on the top on the side.
In the end, to help you with this,
Yep.
this is just something given to you from Golis.
I
There-
know.
That you can do anything you want. You're,
I wanna eat it.
disrespectful.
okay.
That's what I'm worried about is
Would it be disrespectful not to eat it?
that's just it. I want to eat it. I want Moves to eat it. Out of character, I want Moves to eat it. What I'm having a hard time doing is justifying it with Moves.
Right.
Because Moves is so selfless.
Right.
And so, but siphoning energy off of it, she wouldn't do. Period. She would see that as Gulisi being another power source in a way that she doesn't deserve to be. Like,
Right.
she shouldn't be. So she wouldn't siphon energy off of it. Planting a grove in her mind would put Gulisi into a position where she could continue potentially get power from a grove, right? Another grove in the world
Mm-hmm.
for Gulisi.
Right.
But I really want
Or
to
eat it and do it yourself.
I really want to eat it. I'm gonna eat it. Fuck it. I'm gonna eat it.
There we go.
I'm
Wow.
gonna eat it. I
You're
want to
sitting
eat it.
there, you're arguing yourself, debating, and then you're like,
No.
I want to eat it. Cassie's selfish.
my pet is
I
rude.
really
My pet
wanna
is
eat it.
rude.
Badly, I want to eat it.
You eat it.
Yep.
It's like swallowing a thunderstorm. It rolls inside you. Your body, you can see your veins glowing red. You can, your hair stands on end
Mhm.
from this static electricity that's just dancing up all the hairs. You feel the wetness starting to run down your cheeks. Your clothes grow damp, and then you start floating in the air. The ground, the physical ground below you starts trembling wherever you start floating. And as you do, you feel a change starting to overcome your body. Your skin lights on fire. Your hands spread out, and you see the world in different floating colors. The fires recede as quick as they sprouted
You're regenerating.
back inside your body. You land on the ground. Something has changed inside you. You gain a new ability that you can trigger once per day.
Okay.
Once a day. It's like a new wild shape you can do.
Okay.
Only once a day, and it only lasts for an hour. You turn into a phoenix.
Oh no. Okay.
Got rid of the phoenix, gained a phoenix.
What do the phoenixes? I guess.
That's a good point. I have to look them up. I don't know.
Is it a? So I wonder if that would be in. Is it something? I wonder if it's something I can add to my
Probably.
character.
Do add an extra
I spell
miscellaneous or something.
phoenix.
P-H-O-E.
P-H-O-E.
If it's a regular phoenix, let's see. I don't know why there's 2 entries for that. Gargantuan Elemental from Tome of the or from Monsters of the Universe.
Yep, Gargantuan Elemental, challenge rating 16. Yeah, you can wild shape into a phoenix for an hour once a day.
What category are they under? Are they under
I just search miscellaneous and then just type it in.
miscellaneous? Okay.
Yeah,
That's how I've been searching for things.
yeah. Bunch
So-
of neat abilities.
There it is.
Everything except for like the legendary actions just don't have those.
Is it from Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes or from Mordenkainen Presents Monsters of the Universe? I don't know what the
They might
difference
be the
is.
same, so you just add them both and look at them.
Probably the same. One of them's legacy and one of them's not legacy.
I'll look.
I'm having trouble seeing the difference between the two.
So, quick question on her ability. Because I know, like, on mine, if I polymorph into something, you polymorph into something, and it gets to 0 HP and it has some special effect, that doesn't go off with how mine works. Does her Phoenix special ability
She is
thing go off?
She's an actual
Cool.
phoenix. She's not
Big ass.
turning into one. She is a phoenix. And here's the other thing that you generally get. That phoenix form isn't something you're just turning into. It's something you're growing into.
Oh, I'm becoming a phoenix.
You believe you're becoming a phoenix, which is kind of like a high angel almost within the elemental courts. The form is changing depending on your type. Though the phoenix template says fire, you can choose whether it is a water, an earth, a lightning. You just change the type of damage
Okay.
and that.
So
But you become that type of phoenix.
that's
Can she
awesome.
cast?
She's the phoenix form becomes her form, so you lose the casting ability.
Okay.
But
That's really sweet.
your all of it, think of like all your magic goes inverted and starts fueling this form.
So then, I deal double damage to objects and structures. That's cool.
You're a
Nice.
siege creature.
You're now our siege weapon.
I'm your siege weapon. So okay.
They
You
got us
frown-
Rodan!
You frown on civilization, the wilds will retake it. Also, fire form, squeeze through, like inch-wide things. Just what
Yeah,
fire
fire
straight through.
form.
That's all sick. Like with how it is, like my true poly, I can get up to 15 CR. You got this sick 16.
So flyby, illumination.
Very cool.
It's also
Ooh.
not considered a spell, so you could do that in an anti-magic zone.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, this is
Very
just
cool.
literally your other real form.
Okay.
It's coming out of your egg, out of your shell.
So then I think that I'm going to eventually become a phoenix full time then.
You think that you are eventually. You'll have to decide which court which element you side in as you are turning into
Man.
this form. It may take 10 years, could take 100 years, could take 500 years.
Well, I will live forever.
Say nothing
So,
to him.
Eventually, you
I'm
might be a
not ill.
phoenix that can just, for an hour, turn into a human.
yeah, I'm wondering
Or
if
an elf.
because my druid spells are incredibly powerful. So losing access to them full time would be really devastating.
Right. Well, that's future 250 years in the future.
That's 250.
Let's start the downtime.
That's 600 years
I've
old.
got. Wait, no,
Movae's
I'm
problem,
immortal
not-
with the ring.
Eventually, it'll become Tobias, where your normal form is a bird, but you can turn to a human for like an hour.
Tobias, yes. Oh my God, fucking animorphs. Yeah.
Don't get me started. Oh my god.
You've
Yeah.
stayed too long and you're stuck forever. Have
I
fun.
loved animorphs.
Animorphs is fucked up and beautiful.
Yes, I know.
Sick.
All right, so that's your downtime. The other downtime, your other character, Mika, she becomes inseparable from you.
Fine.
She even starts to dress like you. She mimics the things you do.
Oh, no.
Right?
Saya is going to be turning over a leaf really quick, okay? Now she has a child that she's influencing, so.
I'm so proud of both of you.
All for the better.
Helping out this child kind of does something to you, right? It's helping you in some way,
Yeah, she's
mentally,
helping her.
emotionally.
Yep.
I would say at this point, are you proficient in insight?
No.
Your
Definitely
character
not.
becomes proficient in insight as you grow a greater sense of empathy,
Oh,
helping out another creature.
that's great.
You know, providing help that you yourself were denied as a child.
Yeah, because her childhood was miserable.
Yeah.
So, stupid question then. How do I add proficiency?
Uh,
I think you just have to.
Oh, I actually already have. Oh no, insight.
That's
Insight.
on
I
the
do
skill
have
page. there
proficiency
should be
with
a-
insight.
What about persuasion?
Definitely.
Animal
Persuasion?
handling.
You got that as well?
Yep.
You know, fuck it. Gain expertise in insight. It has triggered something in you,
Nice.
and you're even better at it now.
Cool. Okay.
If you go down to, it should go back to your skills and then go down. Actually, it's the top, the little cog there. And then I think you can just click on the skill. And then customize.
Proficiency level.
Yeah.
Expertise.
Yeah.
Does that do it?
And addition.
Does it? Did it change? Oh, it did. Ah! Okay. That's cool. I went from
Okay.
+6 to +12 like that.
Nice.
All right.
That's awesome. Cool. That's great.
Next to the table, the captain. Captain.
This is healing Saya's inner child.
So you're going back to L to
George
get
Chancellor's
stuff.
my friend.
You get all your stuff back, right? You
She's
find
still-
all that. So you guys go shopping in L to try to get better stuff for him as part of that. I will say, since this is a part of your combined downtime, not only do you get access to a better reward, and you get to choose which one of them you get,
Ooh.
you get to go shopping for free. You get to choose one weapon and one set of armor.
Yeah.
Wow, there's another one here. We went shopping in the Glade Desert. We found one just like it. It's pretty sweet.
There's a couple items in there.
Paladin just threw it out of the town for some reason. We don't know.
The magical, let me see, the Magocracy of Kurthal is where you go. You can have a choice of a hat if you would like as well. The
A
Wizard
hat?
City. Yeah, you get a hat. You have to wear a hat. Anyway,
Yep.
the town is in mourning, right? There is a lot of really sad people. This is considered a great, horrible, magical catastrophe. There are entire like bands of wizards who are looking into to try to find out who's responsible for this and bring them to justice. So far, they have been unsuccessful.
See, we kind of said an evil.
No, I was looking for information. Does it sound like the creator's gotten in any trouble or anything?
There is a large investigation in the Thousand Towers of Pembroke, and he has been not put in charge of it, but he has been put on the council that's looking into the matter. the war effort is definitely very tenuous, and to calm that, they have said that they're going to focus more of their energies in golem making in the future, commissioning of more golems from the warfront. As for, there's a lot of stuff.
Golem was actually created from the souls of ancient dead puppies.
There's a 9-life Stealer Scimitar, right? That's a nice weapon.
I'm looking for a great weapon.
A great weapon.
Preferably some kind of hammer.
Yeah, actually, oddly enough, let me see what hammers they have available.
Do they have masterclass hammers? Or MC?
Seeing if they have a
Stop!
There's
Hammer time!
it's behind a glass that says "Can't touch this."
they have a +2 Warhammer. There's also a Warhammer of Warning that's also available as well.
Okay.
Those two are initially available as hammers, and that's what they have hammer-wise. Outside of that, they have a keen longsword. There's a Sunblade. They got a 9-life Stealer Scimitar, and that's it for that. As for armors, what the fuck do they have here? Looking at the blacksmith shop, any weapon +2 they have available. Right?
Okay.
They have a Mace of Smiting.
Ooh.
I think that's mostly just good for destroying golems, and they have
Yeah,
half
or
plate
whatever.
+1 available as well.
You didn't take Crusher, did you?
What?
I said you didn't take the Crusher feat, did you? Or
Mm-mm.
okay.
Get out and get a beret and be Gallagher.
Yeah, the only +3 weapon they have is a +3 dagger.
Okay.
And you'll look great with it. Smiting evil with a
With a
dagger.
dagger.
Yeah.
When they question you, you say, "I don't hunt rabbits with an elephant gun."
God. Anyway, with that, those you get for free,
Okay.
right? As a part of your shopping, you got so the captain. They do have a reward for you for it, right? They're willing to give you pretty much the pick of like what do you want? What do you want from the Mageocracy? Obviously, they can't give you a flying ship right now. It's not available.
I want a cloud giant castle.
They don't have one of those, and
They should probably get on that. Their aerial might's a little diminished. What do I want from them? Like, in the sense that I'm not limited by items like in shops like he is, or what are we?
they can fly something out from the Thousand Towers of Hembrook or take in an order. What is it you're looking for?
Is it, what would we need?
You get
Ask
one
for
reward.
Cloud's old library. I don't know. I figured you'd have some bullshit stashed away.
I mean, probably, but it's probably pretty picked over at this point.
Mhm.
He left L so long ago, much less since his execution in Forellis. Can I get back to you on that?
Yes, you can. Also, he lost a lot of stuff to the Imp Mafia, right? So,
Ah,
yeah, he was deeply in debt.
that's what really got him, yeah. He didn't declare his taxes. That's how they got him.
So, Decadic, which one were you doing? Just helping survivors and
Yeah, I was
telling your
gonna
dad.
speak with my father.
Yeah.
Fill him in on the situation here and seeing if we can't.
He's surprised, shocked, a little pissed for a minute, and then he gets over it, and he's willing to help to a point, but his efforts are doubly on the war front now that the Mageocracy has been depowered. A lot more weight is now on Varisia that wasn't on it before. Because the reach of Mageocracy was its strength with its flying ships, and now it doesn't have those. Which now isolates the Mageocracy from Thessaria. He's able to try to put some help together. He's willing to put a band of adventurers to help working reclaim parts of Gulasi. He might even be able to commission to get a ship sent. But it wouldn't be a warship; it'd be a merchant ship.
Yeah, but if even just to like retake like one of these coastal cities like Ashlingard or Harveston's Rest.
They can go to try to help, right? Obviously, Byrne might be having some ships as well coming back to shore, but yeah, he's willing to put that into work. And you yourself do have your own efforts. Of course, most of yours are land-based in your castle.
Yes.
You have your own military unit and stuff like that.
That I'll get to someday.
Someday. They got this new commander. He's never shown up. Just grandfathered a commission because his daddy's, a lord.
That should just send my brother into like, no, that's Takeda. Yeah, totally. See, he's a thorn. Ooh. Also, if I'm actually going home,
Right.
like teleporting home, I will give my brother that tear of joy that I got from the Heart of Joy.
There's a change in him you haven't seen for a long, long time. It's as if he never died. A happiness envelops him again. There's sunshine in his steps. What weight and burden was held on it is released. Looks like he's found some peace, some joy. Heck, you even see him out in the practice yards of the sword. You haven't even seen him touch one in a long time. It's like he's able to forgive himself.
And if we're sending adventurers to help the Burnians, maybe they could use a capable sword hand.
There you go. Send your brother off with a small band of scrappy adventurers to go help retake Byrne.
Yay.
There you go. Sounds good. Sounds good. Yeah, all that happens, and it sounds good. Sounds good from a story standpoint. Obviously, you get your stuff there. You guys spend some downtime. So you guys have a little bit more free time in that.
I would, if I can, I would continue working towards the tough feats.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a downtime roll towards that. Because your stuff didn't take too long, mostly thematic there. Yours with the reward, but obviously you have more downtime, so you can utilize a downtime roll for that as well. And yours is just shopping. It doesn't take you like 2 weeks to shop, so a downtime roll as well.
Okay.
I guess your other character had some, but I guess Mauvais could probably. Actually, Mauvais' downtime was getting the Concordance, right? So that makes sense.
Yeah,
So,
and Mauvais is going to be really tied up in building the ship.
Yeah. Building that, so that's your thing.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You
be busy.
get a ship for your downtime. Ta-da!
Hey!
It can look however you want, right? You gotta make the pieces, right? You're working with the architect. That's a
You want
reward
to
for your
fix the
downtime.
dragon turtle head that was mounted on the front before?
Oh yes, please do, yes.
Yeah, it's gone. It won't be there.
Right. So fix it.
No,
Not ruin it.
I fixed it. I took it off. See?
I could just imagine the
my
captain
first
keeps on,
kaiju
like
battle.
I can imagine the captain keeps drawing a dragon turtle head back on the planes. You keep erasing them after he.
You know how
leaves.
hard that fight was? We earned that stone, goddammit.
I'll put it back in.
Thank you.
The head's in the bay. It's presumably preserved well enough.
I'm
Either that or
assuming-
it decayed a long time ago and it fell
So
off. When
whatever you want it to look like, you're the one building the pieces.
Honestly, she's probably going to fashion it after the same,
Okay.
style as the Nostromo at this point.
You can make it more in my honor if you like, though.
No,
You make the captain's quarters smaller if you'd
I'll
like.
probably do that. Yeah.
Seems smart. It's your imagination.
See, it's not perfectly square either, right? But just a little bit, so it always makes it offsetting. Like
That's
this room
hilarious.
isn't quite square. Like
You can never be cornered in a round room.
It's an octagon.
Reward. How about a ring of wishes?
uh,
Figured that might be too much, but I thought I'd throw it out there.
well, rings of wishes do exist. They're just not infinite, like they are in the book, right? The only one that's infinite and rechargeable is the one the Queen has.
Oh yeah, so I assumed it's a 1 to 3 charge, and whatever it's got, when it's done, it's done.
Yeah. No, that's
I know it
totally
would be an infinite whatever.
Rings of Three
Absolutely
Wishes for the limited variety are definitely there. It'll have 1d4 minus 1 charges.
Wow, 0 charge ring. I feel like they love me.
Yeah. Okay, 3. It has 3
Sweet,
wishes.
We got a full charge ring.
Full charge ring of wishes.
+1 con, +1 wisdom, +1 charisma.
And they're all at even numbers currently.
So it makes it worse.
If at all possible, before we, when the 2 weeks is over and Mauvais is done crafting this ship and everything like that, she'd want to go home, back to see Joy.
To see Joy.
She'd probably want to go back.
Okay.
A lot has happened.
Feeling sadly.
Huh?
You're feeling sad lately, so go get your joy.
Yeah, I go get my get my joy on.
Get your hit.
Get my hit of happiness. For no other reason than to visit, to check in,
Okay.
to make sure that everything is still okay, and whatnot.
Yeah,
So-
you are able to check back in, and Joy is doing well. And as you check back in with him, he says, "Your adventure has been quite interesting. I'm not able to communicate with you yet over the distances, but I can see through your senses. I've caught glimpses of things. Beautiful, wonderful, terrible. Terrible. What were you talking to? I saw a floating gauntlet. And you were speaking, but I couldn't hear anything. Back. There was nothing talking to you."
This thing appeared. This. What was that?
Jabberwock.
This, yeah, right? Hey, I wrote in on one of those. This image appeared, and since we're here and probably closely tied with the dreaming, she would probably like use stars to try and construct this thing that that appeared. So the small creature, the blurred face, the cloak, the gauntlet, and I would try to create it as we saw it. And it spoke to the crew about having met them before, and that we are interfering with this game that it's playing. He was playing. It was playing. And it used, I think, this gauntlet and destroyed the Shepherd's Crook. Just
One of the codex.
an entire codex
Those,
in my companion's hand.
no one's been able to destroy a codex. They were crafted by the Elven High Magic.
It did. It used time, and this person had on, it felt druidic, a green cloak with a wooden dongle that had a copper coin embedded in it. But I couldn't see his face. Something shrouded his face. And I don't think he was there. If you were only seeing a gauntlet through my senses, I'm assuming you have leveraged some kind of true sight, because I saw it in its totality with whatever this gauntlet was.
I could detect no presence. But I saw the codex melt away, and I saw the panic.
Yeah, we were going to use the codex to try and purify the Titans.
If you've purified Gulasi, they are purified.
Wonderful. That's great to hear.
That is worrying.
I get the sense that this thing is tied in some way to someone named Haster.
The Haster I know of. Your companions have spoken about him often.
Yes, I was not involved, but they were.
An outsider, those that are outside the planes. Figures, deep and eldritch. Different. They knock at the gate. We all reject them.
Yeah.
They are. The realms of Arcadia are a part of the weave of the universe. We are different, but we are a part of it. They are not. I encourage you to expel this parasite from the land.
I sense that that's the general desire of everyone else on the crew as well. But I don't think that that is our next destination.
The next destination I overheard, apologies for the lack of privacy, but as your patron, we are close
I don't.
energies.
There's nothing I do for which I expect privacy.
So
Have some respect, girl.
She doesn't care. This is her patron.
I am proud of you. You are
Changing.
there's an ember in you.
No.
Grow. It's in your heart. It's getting. You can feel the energy in you.
Did you see?
I do not always see. In that room, I saw you walk into a room, and I saw you walk out of a room, but I could not see into the room.
What room is he talking about?
Speaking about the room with Gullisy, the one that had non-detection all around it.
Oh. Did you see what Gullisy gifted me?
I heard Gullisy gifted you something. I did not see it,
Would you like to see it?
of course.
I'm gonna back up. And I'm gonna look at the room. I'm gonna size this room up. How big is this room?
It's decent,
Do
but
I-
you worry you're gargantuan.
I'm gonna. Maybe we go outside.
All right, in the gardens.
Perfect. Will I fit in the gardens?
You'll fit in the gardens.
Okay, all right.
It's a giant open area.
So we're gonna come outside, and I'm gonna just have him stand right
Okay.
there, and I'm gonna look around and make sure that there's enough room, and then I'm gonna Phoenix form.
What type of phoenix?
I'm gonna go Earth.
Okay.
What I'm aiming for, not just Earth stone. I'm aiming for. I don't know if this is even doable, but maybe more of the flora version of Earth. I'm
Okay.
wanting to go
Yeah.
more
That's fine.
fey, floral.
Trees. Weaves of leaves. yeah.
What's it? The goddess from Moana.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Okay.
Tafiti.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Totally
my goal.
doable.
Yeah, that's
Totally
my goal.
doable. He looks at it in awe
Mhm.
and wonder. I am of the seasons. This is of the
Mhm.
we are part of the elements, but we are the changing of seasons. Elements exist within them. This is the deep elemental magic of the earth. It is good.
It is good. It feels good.
You are of the seasons and of the earth now.
It's what I wanted. It's what I asked for.
Wasi would be proud.
I like to think you would be.
There is no better vizier I could direct to help them in their struggles, as well as not release another ancient evil war upon the lands.
They're a work in progress.
It's,
I like to think we've come a long way.
I
Did so well itself.
I never liked their flying ships. I am glad they fell from the sky. I am sorry that lives were lost.
The truth of the power in the engines makes me glad that they are no longer in use either. I am loath to think that the minds behind the power of the creation of these engines would know that they were harnessing the power of souls, of living beings.
This is what wizards do.
Unfortunately.
Wizards manipulate the weave, force it, bend it, break it. We are of the weave.
We are the weave.
Go with peace.
Thank you.
Go with joy.
I go with joy. She will take her leave.
Have you guys thought about your downtimes?
Arnhem would probably follow around the other Burnian just to make sure that he's acclimating all right.
Okay.
You know, well, not follow him around, but just be in the area in case he needs something.
What's Arnhem doing for downtime?
Well, I haven't thought that far.
You're gonna be in a grove.
You got 3
You gonna take some
characters
druid levels?
you can do for.
Strom, did you know this was going to happen?
Oh, dude,
Why do you think he's been gone?
where's Strom at?
Strom's just been teleported away, and he'll come back whenever you say it. So
Like, I know what's going to happen. I want no part of this.
No.
that's a problem with
Kidding.
quantum
Not
leap
allowed to tell.
happens.
Gotta go.
Who knows who you get back? Is it a Strom from before? Is it a Strom from after?
Yeah.
Like,
What
What's
was-
level 5
old
Strom
man
doing
Strom.
here?
Dude, you gotta get out of here. You're gonna die.
I'm
Level-
in danger.
I'm in danger.
You can't die because we've seen him in the future. We know he
Oh,
survives.
okay, all right. Just throw him at the danger, then it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, feel free to, obviously it's almost 11 o'clock. Feel free for downtimes. Let's try to finish those up. And then let's think about what we're going to do for those 2 weeks leading up to next game. So maybe have like, I'm not saying a heist plan, but like, what's your plan? Because I know what they're trying to do. But I don't know what you guys
Who's them?
plan
Could you
for.
be more specific?
Because
about
remember,
what
this
they're
place
trying
is
to do?
happening in the castle. Like, obviously, and I'm like, well armored and armed people. Yes, please walk into the castle as the delivery crew. Like, is that the plan?
We send
Like-
our backups in. They don't know who they are.
But yeah, it's just.
Well,
stuff
I
like
got
that.
umbral form. It's fine.
Whatever you guys think of, right? But it's your guys' plan to think about how you want that. But you guys got a week to think about that 2 week downtime to try to set up that plan for success, right? It doesn't have to be as crazy as like the heist was, but it can be like what is your plan? Like charge through the gates to the minefield in the cover of day, or like what's your anyway? But let's finish up the downtime. So we've got yours. We got
I got for rolling for tough. So is that Constitution? I
yeah,
roll?
Constitution saving throw.
Can I-
Let's just go for that?
Can I roll portents beforehand and use?
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
Let's get those going. Ooh, 2 15s. Okay. Well, now I'll make my actual roll. Nope, I'm using one of those. Oh, yep, one of those 15s. I love having my portents back. So Constitution, that's a total of 18.
18. All right. 2 weeks. I'm gonna say 10 successes.
Get in there.
So Wagon wants to know if he's heard anything from his new bestie, Lord Maladak, who is searching for some things for him.
He's got an entire crew of people together. Obviously, he had them on a flying ship. So he's,
no.
Hopefully they didn't find any of my people yet.
We're rescued.
Go ahead and roll me a luck check. Go ahead and roll me a luck
Hopefully, if
check.
they did, they're still in gem form because they'll probably survive better.
93.
93. How many people are they looking for?
30.
30. They have found 15 gems already.
Nice.
They're halfway there.
Are the gems okay?
Yeah, gems
Okay.
are fine. They survived the shipwreck. Right now they're getting wagons, right? But luckily, most of the people that he sent to help you are, like a lich and some like undead soldier mummies. So they're like, yeah, they're doing all right.
Okay, and then
And they've only killed a minimal amount of people getting the gems. All of them evil so far. With that 93.
oh, that's great. Good for Legend. And then for Zorksan, and I guess he'll just work on a feat. He's generally mostly content. So I've started Alerter Mage Slayer.
Mm-hmm.
Deciding if it's worth continuing those. You might as well, since that one's the furthest. Yeah, so Mage Slayer. Let's work on that.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me a Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. 27.
27. Okay, that is going to be 18 successes.
Nice.
And for Arnhem, you want to learn the druidic ways. That's one of the adepts, I think. I think you can take druid adept as a feat.
Oh, yeah?
Adept's okay? Okay.
Where's
I'll take that sorcerer adept.
There you go. There you go.
oh the magic initiate?
Yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Eldritch, not Eldritch adept. That's warlock.
Yeah.
It's literally it's something adept.
Yeah, initiate or something like that.
Because there's
Magic initiate
I
is.
guess there's the two versions.
Yeah, there's the two versions. Yeah. I think there's a magic initiate druid. I think.
Because you have things like Eldritch Adept, which I think gives you a couple spells, but it also gives you like a feature.
I think it only gives you the feature. I think it only gives you one of the
Like-
locations.
Yeah.
You know what? That sounds like fun. Yeah, he's gonna start working on magic initiate for Druid.
Okay, yeah.
So he's gonna be hanging around the guy.
Go ahead and
hanging in
roll
the
a
drawer.
religion check or a nature check. Either are equally good. Since he's helping you, I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
You have somebody helping you teach you in the ways of being a druid.
Well, I'm glad I have advantage. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right, it's 15 successes.
Okay.
I will give you this as a thing. If you guys continue to try to keep that as your downtime, I will just give you the feat if you do that for the next 2 weeks, if you guarantee that.
Yep.
Something to think about too, because not only do you got plans to set in place, you also have that other 2 weeks of downtime.
Yeah, I'll totally do that. Yeah.
Arnhem will.
Okay. Okay.
I would like to meet Glacia at some point too.
Glacia. Okay. How about I prepare that
That's
for next
fine
game?
by me.
So some things to put on my tape. Not my tape. My plate. Plate. Jeez. I guess you
Pull
can make
out
a plate
tape
made out of
recorder
tape.
here and talk to
I don't know.
yourself. She looks suspicious.
It's already on tape anyway. Okay, so
Twitch is on tape.
talking to Glacia. Okay, what else do I need to have on my docket outside of you guys have the thing of figure out how you're gonna get into the capital of the exalted empire of Forellis, Rynair being the capital, and your plan is to that it's happening in the in the capital of Rynair. You also know that in the capital, they kind of know you're coming a little bit because you guys have said you're going to come. So that's something to keep in mind. Of course, they think you're going to the dungeons, something to also keep in mind to liberate Smoot's wife. But you know that somewhere in maybe like the upper floors is probably where they're doing the ritual, right? So somewhere within there.
Now, do they know? It's been so long. I don't remember if they said. Do they know that we're trying to kill Bravaxis also, or just that we're trying to rescue Smoot's wife?
I'd have to look back at the episodes.
Okay.
Definitely, there's no love lost for Bravaxis, but the rescue of Smoot's wife might be a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a thing. Is we're gonna come get you, right?
How much? Let's say, and we know they know that we know the hags have them. I guess the hag gave us the finger in the first place.
Well,
That
yeah,
was
but you
pretty much
guys
a
don't
given.
know if the hag's involved, right? Well, you guys know. You
Yeah.
guys know, but they don't know that you know that they.
We know that they're hags.
But
we
they
know that they're coming.
Kind of do, don't they? Because didn't one show up to give Smoot the finger in the first place?
Yes, actually, yes. But yeah, but she doesn't know that you know that she's faking being the wife the
Yes.
whole time.
Yes.
Because you guys haven't said that you've gone back to the keep, and word hasn't reached them yet because medieval era, most people don't have the spell sending or the ability to magically send communications in that small town. And you guys sent the scrying off, so it's going off somewhere else, so it's like being directed. So yeah, you got that. So yeah, think about what you want to do in 2 weeks. We have downtime rules. You can increase an attribute. You can potentially try to learn a feat, which is a little bit more difficult, requires more successes. Learn languages, or try to set up things for success. Craft things is also a thing. Specialty shopping rules where you just get the item, right, is also a part of downtime. So create scrolls is another thing. If you want to like have like large level spells as scrolls and just have those ready, right? So yeah, outside of that, good game, guys. No one died. Well, okay, I'll take that back. Lots of people died.
Yeah.
Lots of people died, and you guys are responsible for that. But also, like, some people were saved too from like horrible magical leech slavery. So, you know, a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Right up our alley.
Right up your alley, right? Did a little bit of good and did a little bit of bad,
We
right?
righted the wrong of 300 years, so I think we're doing all right.
Yeah.
Right. You did. You righted the
Just like
wrong.
when we freed that poor Draco Lich.
Poor
Oh my
enslaved.
This isn't a fairy tale. It's not clear, black and white. Okay, there's a lot of gray in this world.
All right. Well, good job, guys. Good job. I guess I'll see you guys on episode 192, which will be A Road to Rynair.
Yep.
All right.